This segment brought to you by Red Vine.
So I have a topic I need to talk about.
Hey, why don't you call him Black Vine? It's racist.
The header is, it's not PMS, it's called caring.
Let's ask Tyler if
It
he's
is called
offended
caring.
if it's called Red Vines.
Hang on, let me read.
Go ahead.
So this Trent's intervention. Mm-hmm. I was going to bring a sign and hang it, but I got here way too late.
Oh my God, really?
Hold on. Did you get here too late, or is there a sign in your car? Because it sounds like there's no sign.
There's no sign.
Yeah. So you showing up at any time had nothing to do with the sign.
I got here too late.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I just had to clarify.
We'll stick with
anyway,
that.
let's maybe not do it right now specifically, but like when should we do a Trent's intervention?
Every day, all day, every time.
I want to know what
On a podcast.
discuss
though,
what
right?
the intervention might look like.
Yeah. What
kind of things
What
would
are
we?
we
What do we need
interventing?
to intervent?
What are we trying to stop?
Well, Trent's got a
Just
drug
him
problem.
bitching about how many texts he gets every day.
Hold on. That's not a problem. Like, you guys have a real. The only time you guys talk is when you're getting paid for something. You go home to your kids and wives that you hate anyway, and you fucking stop texting.
See,
So
here he
here's-
goes lashing out.
But-
Step one.
Yeah, exactly.
Step one.
So here's the first thing that we need to intervent: Trent's inability to hold
that-
down a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question.
How do you intervent that?
I don't. Well,
Well-
I mean, that's part of the discussion, but
I
we're
feel
not
like
going to
that's
address it right
therapy.
now.
I don't feel like that. So we're going to discuss it. We're not going to fix
yeah,
it.
we're not
right
going to
now.
fix it. We're just going to
We're just
list
going
it.
to
Right.
talk about what the intervention.
Well,
So this is just a list of. This is just a. It's not an intervention. It's the one person hate game.
now, hold on.
It's
Single
Trent,
person hate game.
Trent, this is all out of love.
Now, if there, if
Oh
there's,
no! The
if
hate
there's,
game is out of love, but it's just a one person hate game.
So you're right. So you're right. It is.
so if there's sides to this argument, I think I'm on Trent's side, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because Trent's girlfriend currently is probably 1/5 of all of our listeners, because I think there's 5 listeners,
she
and
listens
she is
every
one
week.
of them, and she enjoys it. So
She laughs her
Mike,
ass off.
watch your fucking ass. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't upset the listeners.
I don't think this person's real.
Well, here's the deal. If
Snap.
you guys ever left just this small group and actually hung out with other people,
Okay, why?
I'm sorry.
you
Wait.
would've met
You need
her.
a little more clarification.
Is Trent's
there.
girlfriend
I don't
my
understand.
mom? Because
Why would I
she's
ever do
also
that?
a listener.
And she's also in Trent's phone.
she's
right?
not.
And that
she's
was
not
the thing.
not your mom.
No, see, if you include Jake's mom and Trent's girlfriend, that's 2/5 of our listeners.
Uh-huh.
And I'm also going to shout out to
And your
Thomas.
Uber friend.
Thomas. He's the man. He's great.
What's up, Thomas?
Thomas, how you doing? Okay.
Let's just move on. This is just not going to work.
No,
I don't.
I'm here
I don't want
for
to
it.
ruin
Let's
this
go.
relationship like I ruined the last relationship.
Wait, was your
Which
goal
one?
here to ruin relationships when
No,
you came?
well, I decided that I don't want to do that.
Who's relate? Oh no! When you were on the phone, you're like, "What girl?" or whatever.
Yeah, is that the girl that you had at the concert?
I didn't have a girl at the concert. I was on the phone with a girl.
Yeah,
at the
but I
concert.
lied and said you did.
Tell us about
And
this
now
girl,
you're not
Trent.
with that girl anymore.
Yeah, that is what broke
Whoa.
that back.
we need backstory.
Yeah.
Can you not just bring
Somebody
up
that
things?
she had never met saying something that was totally a lie was the reason.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did that. So,
Trent, how is this girl? Let's talk about her
Yeah,
on
let's-
this national broadcast.
She's freaking great. She puts up with me. She's got to be awesome, right?
She must be an angel.
She must
Yeah,
be.
she's a saint.
They've all been angels.
I've only had one.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
she's the first one. I
She
think
is
that's
the
cute.
first. It is cute that you've never had a girlfriend until this one. You waited
love
for
that.
her.
Right?
this whole time.
This is my first.
It's my favorite quality.
That's what
about
I said.
Trent.
Right?
He holds out for marriage.
Yeah. My honesty is my best quality.
Let's be honest, though. She's a saint. We've never met her.
I
puts up with
guarantee she's
Trent.
a saint.
Pictures matter.
Has he?
Yeah.
Well, he lives.
Pictures been to my house.
Tyler.
Excuse me. I have no idea who you're talking about.
Oh, here, I'll add these to the edit.
Yes.
Edit.
Tyler's met her.
Tyler who?
Oh.
Who?
Tyler's met her several times.
Oh, Tyler.
Yeah.
Roger that.
No, but wait. I thought like 15 years ago he said, "Don't call me anymore," and we were.
He
like,
did. And nobody cared.
Oh, you didn't. You kept.
I stopped calling him.
I also did.
Also, wait, why would you stop calling him his name?
Well, let's be honest. Trent also asked us to call him T-Hawk at one
And
point.
we do now.
I do call
sometimes.
him.
Yeah.
It says,
I also
Well,
call
okay,
him
from now
T-Hawk.
on,
Totally
it
fine with
is
me.
no longer Trent. It is T-Hawk on this podcast.
I'm fine with that.
That's
So-
my logic.
Speaking of names,
Yes.
Fat Cack. is how it's spelled, by the way.
What?
Thack Hack.
Who spelt it that way?
I did on accident, and it's been out for like 15 years.
Why are you showing me your phone? Oh, T-Hawk
Yeah,
is
but
that
it's
hack.
Thack
Oh my
Hack.
goodness. So speaking of names, every single person here has an extremely common name. How,
Yeah.
Jake?
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
How has that
true.
affected your life?
Having a common
Having
name.
an extremely common name.
Well, when I was a kid, I hated my name.
Okay.
What
I wanted-
what age group?
Would you rather go by your middle name?
When I was like, I don't know, 5 to 7 ish, I didn't like my name because I thought nobody had it. Because I looked at adults when I was a kid, and I was like, I don't see any adults with the name Jake.
Did they go?
So
did you go by
I'm
Jake?
going to be left out.
Right. Did you go by Jake or
I've gone
Jacob?
by Jake most of my life.
Jake. Okay.
But when I was a kid, I wanted my name to be Spike. Because Jake wasn't
course
cool
you did.
enough.
That is great.
Michael's number one for the
Number one.
80s. Matthew,
Yeah.
Joshua,
Number one.
David, James,
I don't
Daniel,
feel
Robert,
like my
John.
name's especially common.
Let's do a Control F.
We're just
fine.
common enough,
T-Hawk.
but you're right. T-Hawk is probably not the most common.
I don't
No,
think
what?
T-Hawk's common.
Right.
What is this?
Trent
Trent
Reznor.
Reznor, I'm here for that.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Which one did it
Trent.
show up
Trent
on?
is not
Oh,
on the
no
list.
matches.
No.
Ooh, let's look
okay.
up Jeff. Is Jeff on there?
Jeff's
gotta be on
sure
there.
it's on there.
I just think you're not searching right. You don't know
Search
how
it
to
with
use
a
a computer.
G.
Jeff
Phil-
Bezos.
That's
Oh, he
probably
just
true.
retired.
Jeffrey
Ooh,
is
Jeffrey,
29.
that's
Number 29.
29.
I'm
Are you
Jeffrey,
using
number
Duck-
29.
DuckDuckGo again?
I am using Duck. This is the Social Security
yeah.
Administration.
Can you not use DuckDuckGo? Because that just means it doesn't work.
That is pretty much true. But I,
I would-
feel better when I
Search
use
for
it.
Google and DuckDuckGo.
I have done that actually hundreds of times. Since
Typing-
I set it as my default browser
And you just type in Google,
or,
get to a
or
real
default
browser.
search engine.
You can
Jeff,
you can also
yes, do you
type
have a
in-
question?
Well, I have a quick story about names, okay?
Okay.
And this is a totally
Okay.
legit story. I don't know if you
Okay.
guys even know this. My whole life growing up, my name's Jeff. Jeffy is what my grandma called me. Commonly, like when I was a little kid, it was Jeffy. My legal name is Jeffrey, okay? So when I became 16, 17, 18, when I specifically became 16, my dad told me, I asked him, I said, how do I spell my name? It's Jeffrey, but is it R-E-Y or is it E-R-Y? I actually didn't know. And I asked my dad, and he said, oh, it's R-E-Y. So on my driver's license, I put Jeffrey, R-E-Y, right? On my credit cards that I got when I was 18,
I love where
everything
this is going.
R-E-Y.
I love where this is going.
So this is zero jokes at all. Mike loves where it's going because he
Stop
thinks,
drinking now, or don't start drinking now.
Hold on.
Uh-oh, jokes are coming. Here come the jokes. Oh, geez.
So
One joke.
When I went to go apply for a marriage certificate to my wife, Colleen, love you, Colleen. I pulled out my birth certificate and sent it in, and I'm like, wow, my name is spelled Jefffery. My dad doesn't know how to spell my name.
I knew that's where this was going, and I
It's a-
love it.
I didn't know how to spell my name until I was 22 years old.
And your dad
My dad
still
still doesn't know how to spell my name.
Did you never see the role in like elementary school or junior high?
It doesn't matter, Trent.
Have you?
It obviously-
does not
it actually
matter.
does matter.
Sorry.
Oh, it would have
Let me
been
take
given
that
to
back.
him wrong. It would have been given to them wrong
I-
by his parents.
My whole life, it's Jeff. My whole life.
Yeah, they don't go.
I even have a pair of shoes when I
Social
was a
Security.
toddler, which was it was a Smurfs, and it has my name on it, and it says Jeffrey, which is spelled incorrectly. I think my dad made the label. Is what I'm saying. Anyways, didn't know how to spell my own name until I was 22 years old.
Wow.
That's a good story.
The end.
So you went from less common to more common.
Oh, really?
I would assume so with the spelling.
Is E-R-Y more common
Okay.
than R-E-Y?
Well, I definitely wasn't GEO, which is from another planet.
I got fact checked by
Shout out to Jeff.
by Philip. Trent is not in the top. What
On
is
the
number?
list.
How big is the list?
Top
Like you're not in the top 200.
Not
Whoa,
200.
100.
Jeffrey was Geoff was down
GEO
there.
is before
But four.
Trent.
That's right.
I would still
I
say
don't.
that.
I don't know very many trends.
I know a bunch.
So that's just from the 80s, but I would still
Yeah.
say Trent is pretty common.
Well,
Yeah.
But probably the least common in our group.
Let's
Is
be.
that-
What about Brian spelled with a Y?
Brian with a Y. I know plenty of them, so I assume it's quite common.
I
But I
think
go
it's
by
more
Bolter
common
anyway.
than.
So
Do you think it's more common than
Wow,
Trent?
you just released your full name.
we've been saying Bolter in every single podcast. So
That's true.
Did you want to lay out your
so
social
Bolter
security?
is what I go by, and no, that is not very common.
Can you lay out your social security number and your address for us real quick? Mother's maiden name, maybe?
Mother's maiden name is
Okay. Stop.
Stop it.
Stop. Social.
16. I got a cell phone.
You got a cell phone?
And it's been the
I
same
did.
number
The
since then.
exact same number since I was 16.
I've had the same one since my first.
How old are you in 10th grade?
Wait, how old? How
15,
old were
16?
you?
Oh, is your cell
Phil,
phone in the
how
same
old were you?
time?
No.
I was 16 when I got
You were
cell
16.
phone because I bought it myself.
Jeff, how old were you?
Yeah, but then you stopped paying for it,
I
and
was
so you
in-
got a new number.
No, I sent cash in to pay my first bill, and I called them. I'm like, "What's the deal?" They're like, "Well, you didn't pay." I was like, "Well, I sent an envelope full of cash." They were like,
Whoa! Hang on.
Back to
Weren't
back
you
to
just
that
yelling
discussion.
at us for sending
Well,
cash in the mail?
"Yeah, because
like you've
they
been
didn't
taught your
count it,
whole.
Mike.
Well,
It
you were
disappeared."
taught. I was taught my whole life to never send cash.
well,
in
he
the mail.
learned.
Yeah,
From
I
that-
learned
not send
from
cash.
that.
So
to-
Sprint taught you
to
not
Verizon.
put
Mike,
cash
if
in
your
the
point
mail.
is that I did things against what I was taught my whole life, then you would be correct.
We're moving
He
forward.
is Mormon, so he's of course going to do that.
Please tell me you put coins in that envelope.
Nope. Ones and tens
Okay.
I
for
sent you money.
$65.
And a little slip with your
That's
bishop's
beautiful.
name on it.
Yeah.
Jeff,
What?
how old were you when you got your first cell phone?
I was in 10th grade. I don't know exactly what age that is, and I will tell you my phone number is 801-376-3337. I had that number for about
remember that.
3 or 4 years, and it was great. My dad gave me a phone and said, here you go. Here's a cell phone. And I looked at it, and I thought, what am I going to do with this piece of shit?
It was that
I
flip
have
phone.
Yeah, it was an Ericsson.
I remember.
I,
phone?
I have that phone in my parents' attic right now.
My phone?
The flip phone. I
My
don't know
phone.
why I have it.
My
but
phone.
It's
How do you
in my
know
parents'
what's in
attic.
I know
your
exactly
parents'
why you
attic?
have it.
I go
because
through my stuff up there every once in a while.
Because what
It's
if
probably
the,
folded next to your laundry, right?
I know exactly why
my
Jake-
dirty laundry.
I know,
Yes.
Hang on, Trent. Shh.
Yes.
I know exactly why Jake has this phone. It's because what if the world burns and he needs a phone?
Yep.
That's exactly why.
Yep.
Because Jake, deep down, repressed into his, it's deep in his chest, he's a prepper.
So he's saying if
Not
the
deep
world
in
is
my
burning,
chest. It's like on the shallow
he
end.
needs
Oh.
to hike to Pleasant Grove to his parents' attic
Yeah.
to get your 1999 cell
Yeah.
phone.
Basically, if
That's
it,
not that far away from his.
Probably still has juice in it though.
Those bandwidths aren't even in use anymore.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
you
sure.
wouldn't be able to use it.
You remember the back?
My friend, you have
the
no
back
idea how
clip?
much I remember. So let me tell you, I literally got the phone from my dad, and I'm like, what am I going to use this for? Like, I literally had no idea what I'd use it for. I threw it in my Nissan pickup truck. I threw it in the glove box, and I was like, okay. First time I used it, I was picking up somebody from their house, and I didn't want to get out of the car. So guess what I did? I pulled my phone out of the glove box, and I called them.
And this
I
is why
said-
you are the size you
said,
were.
hey, I'm outside. I'm going to request an edit right now where Mike talks about how fat I am. Okay. And then the second thing was we were at Evergreen Park playing volleyball, and I ordered pizza for us. And I remember Papa John's was surprised. They're like, you want us to deliver where? I'm like, the park, because I've got a cell phone.
See all those shirtless teenage boys.
We're tilling up the sand and playing volleyball. Anyway, yeah, that was my experience with the cell phone. But my dad gave it to me very young, and I honestly had no idea what I was going to do with it. Didn't even care about it.
I remember calling it all the time. We used it all
yeah.
the time.
I had that number for 3-4 years through high school and junior high and whatever.
How old were you, Jacob?
After my mission, so 21, I think.
Okay.
I inherited
My phone.
Tyler's phone. I inherited Tyler's flip phone, and I actually just took over his Sprint cell phone bill.
Wow.
And it was under his name, and I wrote a check to him, and he cashed it and whatever, or he took it to cashed it and then paid the bill with it. So it was his flip phone I had for
Wow.
like a year.
Did you tell us about when you were in Korea? You would tell me about cell phones in Korea, in South Korea, and how they had like video phone. This is way before videos and pictures.
Yeah,
were on cell
2003
phones.
is when I went on my mission,
Uh-huh.
and they had their cell phones were like years ahead of ours. They had fingerprint scanners on their phones. They had
Right.
phones that slide up with a touch screen, and here we were just barely getting flip phones.
Barely. And then I think about that time is when the first video phone came out here, because I remember Trevin got one.
With the
Of course
camera.
He got a new phone
with a
like
little
every
tiny
other week.
square screen
Yeah,
on
the
the,
tiny,
on the
and the video was horrible. I was actually looking at those pictures he took with that camera.
I remember, like, why do you want a camera
look
in your
horrible.
phone? That's stupid.
Yeah, and now you use it.
And now I just used
Yeah.
it 3 seconds ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
you know, they've said that more pictures have been taken with the iPhone than all of the film of human history.
Before, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the number of pictures taken a day, I can't even remember the number. You should look it up, but it's like astounding the number of pictures per day that are taken.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Bolter, when did you get your first cell phone?
Last year.
Similar to Jake, where I got one on my mission in the Philippines, and so yeah,
You
And
got
so-
one in the Philippines before the United States.
I wasn't even allowed to have a couch, and you got a cell phone.
Mike, you weren't
they
allowed to have laundry.
They
on your
saw
mission.
what you did on the couch. They know they give
But,
this
yeah,
guy
no
a
one
couch. He's
knows.
not leaving it.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
As soon as I got to California,
Yes.
they were like, "No missionary
No.
is going to have a couch in this
You
whole
stand
state."
up to sleep.
Yeah, there won't
No,
even be
I
lay
had
down
to
room.
have one because I was in an area that was like 10 hours away from the mission home. So, and I was in charge of like 20 different missionaries. And so if an emergency happened, I had to have a phone.
You had to
and
know.
So
that was what 2005 to 7 ish.
2003 to 2005.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay,
Why did you think he was that much younger
I
than
don't
you?
know.
ancient,
Well, who
Was it
went?
like
Oh, it was
2015?
I think
Huh?
it was Bolt Beagle that went.
olden creature.
I don't know why I feel so
After I
inclined
got
to bring
back.
this up, but we brought up couches and Mike.
Yeah,
In Mike's parents' basement, he had like a great couch down there. It was a green leather couch. Pleather. Sorry, I don't
Pleather
mean to
couch.
oversell it.
Couch was so comfortable.
That was an amazing couch.
it was the most comfortable couch I've ever
And
sat
I don't
in.
know if your
More
parents
comfortable
listen to
than
this.
the cuddle nest? Than Bear's couch?
Time. No.
Oh yeah, that thing was comfortable and cool, but like
It wasn't as
know
comfortable with the fact that you
there
could
were
have like
things-
50 girls on there. We never had 50. We had two,
We-
maybe, but
two, occasionally
and
two.
20 dudes.
dinosaurs.
You know what? You asked the question, and I wanted to be like a dick, so I just looked up like, what is the real meaning of dinosaur? I swear to God, I wanted to be just like a dick about it.
Okay,
But
I want a sincere from your heart answer. What's your favorite
that is
dinosaur?
the sincere from my heart.
I have
answer.
one.
Okay,
Mike.
wait.
Can I start?
So our listeners can hear. Say
So,
the question.
what is your favorite dinosaur, Jake? I don't care about you, Trent.
My favorite dinosaur, which is actually considered to be not a dinosaur, but it always comes in like the dinosaur kits and sets.
Okay.
But it's the Dimetrodon,
Okay, why?
because the Dimetrodon is like the epitome of evolving from one type of animal to another, because all of the awesome, they have a different type of skull. They've got the radiator on its back basically to cool it down in the summer.
Oh, that's the one with the giant fin.
Yeah, the big
big
fin
old
on its
fin.
back.
See,
yeah.
here's what's happening.
What's
right
it
now.
called?
That's called a what?
Dimetrodon.
Here's what's happening right now. We're all looking at you, going, "Wow, Dimetrodon." We have no freaking idea what you're
Here,
talking
Phil,
about.
Google
see
Dimetrodon.
it.
Which is
I see
actually
it.
pretty funny because like the one that I liked was very similar to that.
Okay, I see what you're saying, Dimetrodon.
Yeah,
Okay,
it looks like it's wearing a flat brim.
why
hat.
does it have a fin?
The
It's-
one that I like has the same
cool.
thing.
He pumps his blood up into his scales
Oh,
so
and
that
he
he can
cools
cool
off.
himself
Cool
down.
Wow.
I like that. So I just finished a book called "The Grown Up's Guide to Dinosaurs," which is it was different than I thought. I thought it
I'm
was going to
guessing
be
they
kind
sold
of.
one of those.
To Mike.
I'm not going to answer that. So I was the only person in line for the author to sign it.
Actually, I wrote the book.
He cried
Right.
when he saw me.
Also, there wasn't a
Thank you.
line. You just saw him at his house.
In his PJs.
Right. He's like, easy, creeper. What do you want to get off my porch?
dinosaur book.
I take my old Sharpie out. Please sign. So, and it was super interesting because it's all stuff that you kind of hear stuff about dinosaurs, but turns out there's like a lot of things that lived at that time that aren't technically dinosaurs, which is one of these Dimetrodons.
I guess also known as the Spinosaurus.
What was it? A
Is
big
this-
lizard? Like a
this like-
monitor lizard?
Is this a super nerdy way of saying, "Oh yeah, Jake"? No, it's not.
That's
a
not your
dinosaur.
favorite dinosaur.
I am sorry.
you idiot.
Please answer the question.
Well, that was my disclaimer at the
That's
beginning.
wrong,
Well,
Jake.
the word dinosaur just means terrible reptile from what I Googled.
Okay, well, I've got a friend that owns a terrible reptile. That's my favorite dinosaur.
No,
It's a bearded dragon.
They have to be extinct as well to be a dinosaur. Look
well,
up
I
the
did-
fucking explanation.
I killed the dragon.
Oh, look it up, Jeff.
T-Hawk.
yes,
I want your answer because you said similar
Yes.
to the Dimetrodon, but what is
it's
it?
actually up there, right there. The Spinosaurus, because it can go in water and on land. I kind of like it. It's a
Ooh, like I'm.
yeah.
Okay.
It was,
That's the
it was
one
in
that's
my-
on Jurassic Park 3,
Yes.
just for reference.
But they were also
To
saying-
all
Oh, that's the
listeners.
best one.
But they were saying that they misrepresented it in
Yeah.
that because it doesn't go in salt water. It's like a freshwater
That's
deal.
BS.
I agree with you. I think we should reshoot
Yeah.
that whole flick.
Trent was acting so cool like dinosaurs were dumb, but he freaking
I didn't
loves
say
them.
dinosaurs
It's like I
were
know
dumb. I
all
said
the-
who has.
I like the Spinosaurus. My Spinosaurus could rip your Dimetrodon in
They
half.
totally misrepresented it on Jurassic Park 3, The Lost Domain.
What? Who is that character? Who's that character, Jake?
What is the airspeed velocity of a Spinosaurus?
Spinosaurus can run
Airspeed?
32 miles an hour.
Sounds just like me.
Phil, what's your favorite?
So mine is actually. Let me see if I can.
Type.
Ankylosaurus. I actually can't even remember what it was.
Just giant ankles.
But the reason the Ankylosaurus
looks
is my favorite
Ankylosaurus.
Oh, I love this one.
is because
Bolter's right.
It's Dimitri.
is because I asked.
that was my favorite.
So the reason is because I asked my 2-year-old.
From Land Before Time.
I asked my 2-year-old, "What's your favorite dinosaur?" And he goes, Ankylosaurus. And I'm like, that's cute. He made up a word. And Crystal's like, that's a real dinosaur. That's his favorite dinosaur. And I was like, oh. So I learned about this dinosaur from my 2-year-old.
Just
And
now.
that's
learned
why it's my
and you
favorite.
So
learned
is that-
about your 2-year-old.
Is that
That's
today?
exactly the same day he learned he had a 2-year-old.
Which character on
I was
Land
like,
Before Time
oh.
is the Ankylosaurus?
Oh, come on.
It's that one that's like, oh, Littlefoot.
Spike.
It's okay.
Spike.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's Spike. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is.
So it's
Kinda.
Jake.
So
That's me. When I
so
was
we've
a
got
kid, I wanted to be
two
Dimet-
Ankylosauruses.
whatever.
So with Philip
Yeah.
and Bolter, why is that your favorite?
Yeah, it just came from Land Before Time
Before
and just having basically it's just a walking tank. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that documentary was a
no
great
cool
one.
story
growing
behind
up.
it. I just thought it was a cool dinosaur.
So that is a similar reason to my favorite, which is Stegosaurus. They're the walking tank with bigger spike fins, but a smaller brain. So I relate to it more.
Did you say walking or did you say
I'm
moseying?
just going to point
yeah.
out that
Yeah.
Mike very systematically went around the table, skipped me, and went to himself.
It makes sense thematically.
I was worried because I thought you were going to point out that I'm O for O on spelling dinosaurs correctly. So
Everyone knows you can't spell.
that's true.
I think everyone's 0 for 0 on spelling
Before we're done
dinosaurs.
skipping Jeff, the Stegosaurus. What's crazy is at the Angkor Wat, which is in where's that? Is that in like Thailand? All the really big temples that they have out there. There is a picture of a Stegosaurus like drawn into one of the
Like a
temples
like
there.
a pictograph? Or
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that's just one of those.
so did they find
things
the
that I actually
bones
just
or were
learned
they
this week,
living at the
so-
They
same
just had like a
time?
pet one.
That, Who knows?
I think Jeff
I want that to be true.
Goldblum
The
has
Native Americans rode the Stegosauri.
So do you think if they had like a Jurassic
that
Park that
racist?
you would be like in line to go into one?
Oh, yeah.
Like
That's
year
100.
one.
Year 2, after everybody, the first group dies.
This isn't the vaccine. I'm talking about Jurassic Park. Year one.
No, year 2.
Are you kidding? I'd be sneaking into that place with a rifle and binoculars.
What is the rifle going to do?
Are you mounting them on the wall?
No, I'm
You're
protecting
sneaking
myself from
Protecting.
the T-Rex while I sneak in to
Really?
take a picture of it.
Okay, so you want a
T-Rex.
picture?
Really,
of
a
the-
30-06.
Yeah.
You get the elephant gun from
Is
Tremors.
it Jeff?
Right.
There
Is
you
it
go.
Jeffrey or Jeff Ray?
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
You're gonna take
Jeffrey. Okay.
you're gonna take a
Jeffrey
boomstick in, protect yourself. Come on,
We are
Phil.
not leaving this
Jeffrey
one.
A.
Nope.
What?
What's your favorite?
Oh, I get a choice too.
Yeah,
I get to contribute.
please do.
Can you write this in my journal, Phil?
Yeah, go
Phil
ahead.
writes-
Just
Phil
say
writes
it,
my
Jeff.
journal.
Say the best. We know. We all know is the best
Well,
one.
Jake will put it in the minutes.
I understand why you skipped me because you saved the best for last, which is the Utah Raptor.
Oh,
Founded in Utah, imagine that, 1991, which is only 2 years before the original Jurassic Park movie came out.
Found it in Utah?
Founded, which is hence the name Utah Raptor.
I just want to point out that I even spelled that one wrong because
Look
apparently
at that
it's
one. They've
one
got
word.
the real feathers.
Okay, I'm not
The
joking.
real feathers.
This is one of my favorite reasons.
They apparently have
Look it up.
feathers.
1996. They
Would
found
they
out.
find the feathers?
1996 in China.
What the fuck are the feathers for?
Listen to this. They found footsteps in 1996 in China, and then they found the actual skeleton in Utah.
Why do we call them buffalo wings and not
Okay.
dinosaur wings?
Now, I want you all to quiet down for my segment, okay? All right.
He makes a good point.
Here's my
Sorry.
favorite. Here's my favorite thing about the Utah Raptor, and honestly, the Velociraptor has a similar problem with it. Is you look at pictures and the variations of how weird this thing looks is amazing. Some of them look like birds. Some of them look like David Bowie. Some of them look like reptiles. I'm serious. You keep looking, Phil. Type in Velociraptor with hair. It's like David Bowie reincarnate or unincarnate or before David Bowie, pre-David Bowie. I don't know how it works.
Right now, I am imagining, I think it's Jurassic Park 3, where
Right there, David Bowie.
Yep, there's a David Bowie.
the
Right there.
Velociraptor keeps looking at the paleontologist. He keeps envisioning it, and it looks at him and says, Alan!
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 But like, it happens in Jurassic
Yeah,
Park
it's the
3, I
by
believe.
far the worst part of the movie.
What?
So
You
he's
just need to watch it.
He's
hold
having-
on. In Jurassic Park 3, one of the dinosaurs talks.
Yeah.
in his dream. So he's on the
Oh.
plane on the way there, and he like wakes
talking.
up in his dream on the plane,
Alan.
and there's a raptor sitting next to him, and it goes, Alan, and he wakes up.
Is that Jeff Goldblum?
No,
It's,
he's the guy
Sam Neill.
paleontologist.
The
Sam
mate.
Neill.
Yeah,
Oh, Sam Neill.
he's the original
So-
Jurassic Park.
The paleontologist from
He's
the
like,
movie.
so his opening scene in Jurassic Park 1, he's like, this velociraptor claw could kill you, little kid. And like,
Yeah.
he's like, here, and your guts spill out and it'll eat you alive.
But he says it way cooler than that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because he's an actor.
So I actually did choose you last on purpose, Jeff.
Oh,
Because to segue into Jurassic
cover
Park,
up.
do you guys remember a part in Jurassic Park where there is they're in a kitchen and there's these animals on top looking for
Yeah.
the little kids.
See the reflection.
and he taps his thumb.
so,
The Velociraptor taps his forethumb.
his manicured
Yep.
thumbnail.
He hadn't had a mani-pedi for a while.
Yeah. So what were those?
They're Velociraptors.
Okay.
Raptor claws.
Here's the thing. They are not velociraptors.
Don't ruin my life.
I'm
right
ruining your life right now. This is the whole reason I brought this up.
Now.
I
want you to
learned this
bring it up.
yesterday and it shook me.
Okay.
I can't find it.
Are you
Wait,
going?
the Jurassic Park raptors are not raptors? Is that what
No,
you're saying?
no, they're not.
Let's
They are called
Wait, the giant ones are like the little
no, the ones in the
8-foot-tall
kitchen.
ones? Yeah, yeah.
Remember the kitchen when
Yeah.
there's two of them that
Yeah.
go in? Okay.
Deinonychus is what they're called.
Deinonychus.
The Deinonychus.
My life has been changed.
So they are.
was that a question?
yeah.
mark?
You don't even remember the part in Jurassic
I
Park
do
3.
because he ran. Well, yeah.
So it means you don't know
Yeah.
enough
Now,
to
wait a
even
second.
comment about
Are you
this.
expecting Phil to spell Deinonychus or whatever you just said?
Here's how you spell it.
I'm surprised he's still pulling up dinosaurs with what he's spelling.
It's Deinony.
He can barely spell Google.
You just got Google it.
N-O-N-Y.
Deinonychus.
Yeah.
You messed it up. So
Dinosaurs.
good.
Dinosaur.
Oh my god!
Deinonychus.
Didn't you go to like a fancy school in Boston too?
Not for spelling.
Not for spelling. That's
How
for
much
damn
student
sure.
debt do you have to not be able to use a
lot. But in
keyboard?
my defense,
Oh, well, he just moves right on.
Don't teach you whiting woods and buckwheat.
somebody in my elders quorum was a Harvard professor, and he couldn't spell when he taught class, and the other Harvard people would make fun of him and say, "It's
you're
okay,
com-
you have two doctorates."
You're comparing yourself to a Harvard
Harvard-
professor right
right
now.
because even he can't spell.
That's
Trent,
what
so
I do.
I'm
Okay.
cool.
That's what I compare
It's
it to.
actually the smarter you are. Like they say, smart people are really messy. I'm that, and I also couldn't spell.
If that's the metric, you are a fucking genius.
You are super smart. I'm fully on board with Trent on that one. You're a genius.
Me too.
The
you
dumber
gonna
you are, the smarter you are.
All right, do we want to attempt spelling that again? What was
Nope.
it? Oh, okay.
Just believe me. I mean, Jeff hates a fact check.
No, I love
believe
fact
So
checks.
did they
no,
claim?
I believe
I mean,
it.
they claimed in Jurassic Park that those were velociraptors, right?
Velociraptors. So it was a scandal. Michael
Wait a
Crichton.
Scandal.
set out-
So does the
this is why I
velociraptor
did
look
it.
completely different?
It's like they look very similar, but it's a lot smaller.
So what you're saying right now is that Hollywood got something wrong.
No.
This is edgy
no,
stuff.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, what are you saying?
Michael Crichton, the researcher extraordinaire who wrote Jurassic Park, got it wrong on purpose. He lied.
Wow, you're super edgy.
He
Calling out a guy from
lied.
1991. This is crazy.
I think we should cancel that dick.
He's dead.
is he?
Thanks.
Hashtag
Is he?
canceled.
Yeah. Thanks, thanks for bringing it up.
I meant Steven Spielberg for spouting those lies.
for giving it a vehicle.
Yeah.
He's racist.
For depicting his
So-
lies.
So
Trent hates dinosaurs.
Correct.
yeah,
He likes the Spinosaurus, though.
no. I wanted to be a paleontologist when I was a kid.
Did you really?
Swear to God.
I think everyone
Then I
did.
was too stupid.
And you were too stupid.
Yeah.
So you became a jock instead.
Did you know what paleontologist
Did I
meant?
become a jock?
I think so.
No.
Am I a jock?
That's
Trent wasn't a jock.
Trent didn't play sports.
No.
yeah.
Mike, you and I were more jocks than Trent.
What an idiot.
Yeah,
we
you-
weren't jocks.
Hold on.
You guys are
a male
cheerleaders.
cheerleader makes you a
Hey,
jock?
We played on the
You might
football
have
team.
picked up the other dude's jocks, but you
we
were
played-
not a jock.
We
I'll have you
no,
know, I stood on the sidelines when I was on the football team, and
literally.
also when I wasn't on the football team.
for those listening, Mike and I were both, well, Jeff and I,
All three
but
of you.
Mike and I were on the cheer squad and the football team junior year in high school.
Male cheerleaders.
How'd that work? You just like did a play, ran to the sideline, cheered for yourself, ran back out there?
No. So I'll tell you a story about cheerleading.
Go ahead.
They don't allow you to be a cheerleader when you have your pads on.
Are you
I'm
talking
by,
about which
by pads I mean
are you
football
talking
pads.
about? Oh,
Football
okay.
pads.
I was going to say, I feel like some of those things are wrong.
Football pads.
Yeah.
Take those off, son, before you do those stunts.
So no, if only you knew just how stupid you just sounded. By saying that.
That was a good lashing towards Trent. Good job, Mike. You show him, buddy.
We're going to add that to his
I've
intervention
never like
list.
thought about my friendship with people. Like, what am I doing? Until right now. Like, I could be doing like really since I was 8. This has been going on. I had so many chances to just not come back.
That's actually another good segue into the next topic. What's the worst thing you've done to a member of this group?
This got really
Worst
weird.
thing I've done.
I'll tell you the worst thing I've done. Whipped
Mike.
you in the face with a fishing pole.
It was over the shoulder.
Yeah, that was mean.
Yeah.
I was being nice to you at the time.
It was in the shoulder.
Oh, I wish it was. the
Pretty sure I
face.
was.
At the
no,
time,
it
I
was my
wished
shoulder
it was the
blade.
face.
Oh my gosh, how can you not think of any? I've got like 5 you could do.
Did I do?
Yeah.
Well,
First of all, you peed on Mike.
hold on. No, I didn't. Mike peed on me.
Yeah, that was the other way
Oh,
around.
that's right. You poured
It was
beer
O'Doul's.
O'Doul's on him.
O'Doul's on him,
then
yes.
I punished
so that
him for
wasn't
doing
bad.
that.
Yes.
Wait.
Hold on.
Let's
So why
clarify.
isn't he the asshole?
Okay.
It's fine when he does it.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
we were talking about you. That was this whole episode.
You guys, hold on.
Oh no, we
any,
didn't cancel
any
that.
normal human being listening to this has no idea what we're talking about.
Okay, so I want to tell the story 'cause
Okay,
from my
Mikey.
perspective, because I was at the top of the cliff with Mike when it happened. we were all rappelling as a homecoming date or prom
No,
date
we're
or
not.
something.
No,
We just
no.
went
It
camping.
was
Different
just
time.
us.
Just
We
at
were
the canyon.
camping.
Just a bunch of
Okay.
sausage
It was,
hangout.
it was just a bunch, just a bunch of dudes rappelling in the mountains, and we had
Fucking laughing at
was
Chuckles.
I up at the top of the cliff with you?
No, you were.
And
I
then
was
at the top of the cliff
How would
with
I be
Mike?
at the top and be halfway down getting peed on?
No, I mean when you did your thing.
Yes, you were at the top with me when I poured
Okay,
the
so
beer.
I was at the
Chuckle it
top
up.
of the cliff with Trent, and Mike was rappelling down the cliff.
But I'm
And-
gonna back up a little
Yeah,
bit.
okay,
further,
back up.
because somebody, and Trent can clarify this. Somebody challenged Trent that he could not purchase beer, and because we were underage at the time. Am I mistaken?
I
at
don't
this?
remember that at all.
I don't
And
remember
you
that.
brought O'Doul's. Why
I
did
don't
you bring
think- I don't
O'Doul's? We
think
didn't
I
drink.
brought O'Doul's.
We didn't drink. Why did
I
you
don't
bring
think that I
O'Doul's?
brought him though.
Is this because you're trying to not
brought
incriminate
'em?
yourself
No.
on this podcast?
Non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, who
I don't
brought
know.
him then?
I really don't know.
You're the only one that would have.
None of us would have done it.
Here's how I remember it.
I really don't know who.
Right
brought
or
it.
wrong, here's
it
how I
sounds
remember
Like maybe
it.
like Cholo. It sounds like maybe like Trevin
Here-
or like.
Okay. So right or wrong,
hate them.
I'm not sure what's correct. Here's how I remember it though. Somebody told Trent that he couldn't actually buy beer. and we were like totally underage at the time. But Trent proved them wrong by purchasing O'Doul's and saying, "See, I can totally get this stuff." That's how I remember
It is beer.
I can
That's
point,
how you
get
got it.
0.202%.
That has nothing to do with how I got peed on.
No,
No,
wait.
no. We're working towards that.
that was me.
Calm down.
Because I honestly don't know what O'Doul's is. It's like non-alcoholic
It's like
beer,
very,
It's-
very,
yes.
very low alcohol.
but you can purchase it as a minor.
Yes.
or
No.
you can.
Yeah.
No.
What?
O'Doul's?
Why not? Can you buy mouthwash as a minor?
I'm gonna pretend like I'm young.
Honestly, I mean, I honestly don't know if you can, but I don't see why you couldn't.
I bet if you shaved, you could pass for a 16-year-old.
I know that they can serve it within 50 feet of
O'Doul's.
a church in Utah.
Under 21 right there. Just select the one that's spelled
21.
right.
There we go. Found it. Can you
Sorry.
buy-
Oh, it just says no. That's weird.
Can you buy underage? No, there's still a small amount of alcohol. Not enough cause intoxication. Very, very small alcohol.
Anyways, so it didn't deserve to be pissed on, is all we're saying.
No. Okay, so Jake's
Regardless
up-
how far the story goes back, at
Jake's
the end
up-
of the day,
Okay.
What happened first?
No matter
did
what
you
it
pour
was.
first, or did
Yes,
I pee on
no.
you first?
I wish that
It was-
you peed. No, you were
was the other
going
way
down,
around.
and I just like poured
was
a
the
little
other
bit.
way
Like,
around.
what is that? I'm like, it's beer. And then the only time in your life that you ran when you were done rappelling to the top of the hill to then pee on me.
And
Halfway
by
down
the
it-
time Mike got up there, it was his turn to rappel, and he was rappelling down. He was about a third of the way down the cliff.
And I'm like, is it raining? Like, it hasn't been raining all
I
day.
was
And I look
laughing
up
so
and he's
hard.
laughing. He's like, "Psst."
You gotta
was like
picture
a-
this.
It was like a sprinkler.
Has anyone ever belly laughed while peeing?
Yeah.
It's not easy to aim, but I'm seeing the stream just like spurting like, with his laughs because he's belly laughing the whole time.
It looked less like a stream of pee and more like a rainbird like sprinkler
Yeah, yeah.
from your house where it's like
Right. And it and Trent's down there getting soaked
Yeah.
from Mike.
I was so mad.
It was his
That was
retaliation.
the best part of the story
Yeah,
is
so-
that I was so mad I smelled like beer. Trying to apologize by buying me a hamburger.
He bought you a hamburger.
why the fuck did I buy you a hamburger?
Right?
Okay, wait. So
You just laugh.
So for our listeners, I remember this because I'm at the top helping people get down. Mike comes up and he's pissed because we're all Mormon kids, and Trent has this O'Doul's, this fake beer, I guess. Pours it on Mike, and Mike's like really worried he's gonna go home smelling
I
like
just
beer.
poured Satan directly on him.
So he's like, I'm gonna pee on him. Can you help me, Phil? Like, and so
I needed your help.
I can't remember if I like tied something to you or something, but he
So you could
walks out
lean.
onto the, but he leans over on this like 80-foot cliff and starts peeing, and his body is like shaking from laughing. And so it's like squirt like a sprinkler going on.
and I have the side view and I can see not Mike's wiener, but the stream coming out of it, like periodically, psh, 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 and every time it lagged, it was because he was laughing.
Yeah,
Like he couldn't.
and we actually have. We actually have a picture, so we should throw this up on the website because it's from behind. Trent is
there a
on the
picture of
cliff,
me doing
but
this?
he's looking up, so you can just see the back of him, but you can like feel the rage like, in that picture. So, anyway,
We should put
So
it up.
American Fort Canyon, wasn't
yeah,
it?
American Fork Canyon, perfect for the American Forked podcast.
Yeah, that's so funny. We should put that as the episode artwork.
Yeah, it's super hilarious.
It's so funny when you were beat on.
I love a good joke.
You remember that? That was awesome.
Here's what I love. I love it when people buy me food. Thank you.
So that was Phil's.
That was
thing
probably the worst thing that anyone did to you,
Well,
actually.
What? Oh, probably
Most
to
of my
me,
worst
yeah.
things are done to you, Trent.
I don't know. Holly being punched in the
No,
face
no,
might be
she's
upset
not
about
here.
it.
She's
Holly,
not
what?
Oh,
One
Holly.
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 One name Holly.
Okay, I'm not going to add it to the list.
Holly.
She deserved that.
Isn't she's been married like 3 or 4 or 5 times by now? I'm assuming.
She is
Totally-
She is a follower on Instagram at American Forked.
Is she really?
For reals?
I think so.
Oh my god.
Is she
We can't
still
upset our
trying to date
listeners.
you?
Nope.
We can't upset our
25
listeners.
years later, she's still going after you.
Cold Podcast has a post.
Really, Jake?
You're looking at other.
Jake, don't look at other
Distracted.
podcasts while
Okay,
you're with
followers.
us.
We have 27 followers on Instagram.
We have Instagram?
Yeah, we do.
You leave your family at home,
Wait,
Jake.
we're instantly grammed.
I'm not even following us.
I don't know. What
I don't even know what Instagram is.
Yeah, it's good for you.
So for reals, I'm pretty sure all the worst things I've done have been to Trent.
Rhiannon's following us.
Yeah. You wonder
No, I
why I
guess-
was so mean to you.
I guess
you know
probably
what?
is not.
I was looking at pictures. Kylie and I were like searching through like old pictures.
Who?
Oh, shout
Leave your
out to
house.
Kylie, our favorite listener.
What up, Kylie?
Hey,
we were
Kylie.
like,
Hey.
Who's Kylie?
Go on, Trent.
we're going through pictures.
I legit don't know.
I stopped and I'm like, he wasn't even fat.
Oh, Mike?
Yes, I'm like, we used to call him so fucking fat, and he's not even fat. I'm looking at my phone like I was pretending.
As if he was looking
But
at the
like
That is
literally,
great.
I was like, I thought like in my mind back then we could roll him or he could walk. It would look the same, but it was for sure not the same. He was like a normal sized kid, just super easy to make fun of.
It's true. Back then, when you're a kid, if you had like 5 extra pounds on, it was like
Yeah, but not like now.
fat kid.
Now,
Yeah,
now you're in
kids.
shape. You're the fucking weird kid.
No,
Yeah.
it didn't even matter what you looked like. It was just like if your confidence was low, that meant you were fat. Period.
Yeah.
It's just a
like,
self-esteem
I
thing.
can just be totally normal, but I don't have much confidence, so I'm a fat kid. I told we talked about this one of the pre-publishing episodes. If you went back in time, what would you tell yourself, right?
Oh god, yeah.
My answer was, "You're not fat, bro."
That was episode 1.
That was our second episode.
Well,
actually.
even when you're like
0.1.
in high school, you're like, oh my god, these girls like they don't like. You're so afraid of them. They're just shitting themselves about you too. Like you should have just walked up and like, hey, we're dating now.
not
Like,
not
here we
about
are.
not about you though.
Oh no,
Trent, you were a
What?
pimp. Hi, Kylie.
I dated one girl in
I
high
for
school.
real don't know
Kylie.
who.
I don't know. Is that her name?
It's his new girlfriend.
Oh,
She's a cutie.
They're getting married.
that's nice.
Oh, sorry,
It's
I
not-
spoiled it.
It's not very new either, but also like what?
Oh, I was just proposing for you
Oh yeah,
live on our national podcast.
right.
So
Listen
As
up,
the
all
only
10 of you.
as the only ordained minister in the group.
That's right.
that is true.
Except
Yeah.
for Jake.
Wait.
There's 2 of us. We can both do it.
Are you
We're
a
not
minister?
ordained ministers.
Not like a stupid.
you're
Not by the
the
state.
only one.
He's a state registered.
Yeah. Trent,
minister.
you were saying you
I
were
can
the
help
only
people
one.
die anytime they want.
Yep.
Is it just going to be the bad things that I did to Trent? Is that what this whole section is
Yes,
going to be?
yeah.
It's up to
I
you,
feel
Mike.
like it's an intervention for you all.
I
Still,
have a
Trent,
list. I
still
have a
Trent's
list.
turn.
Mike, hold on.
Still Trent's turn.
Before we move on, I want to see Mike do square mouth cry. You remember when he used to tease you about that?
I still do it.
I think we could do a solid 30 minutes on what I think everyone else did to me. I mean, or anybody. Like, I was so sensitive in high school and junior high
To the
compared to
sun?
now. I was sensitive to the sun, but you didn't have to bring that up. Yes,
Honestly,
I needed to wear lots of suntan lotion.
If you would have asked me if you were sensitive in high school,
yeah,
I would have said no.
I know, but see, internally, I'm like not that way. I'm a little crybaby, but I'm sure you were the same way too. Have you not gained confidence since you're an adult and you can grow a mustache? Because I'm telling you, with my mustache came confidence.
Can't see it.
That is the shortest
Move
thing
closer.
of your beard, though.
Believe me,
closer.
it's not the shortest thing though.
Hmm.
I'll tell you that much.
Move closer.
Jake,
Move closer to me so I can see
You
your
tell
mustache.
me, as you've gotten older, are you a little more thick-skinned and able to handle things? Or are you a little more thin-skinned?
Oh, yeah,
when you're
sure.
in high school?
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
most
absolutely.
people, are, like in high school, I
think it's how it is.
confused and lost.
Confidence
Like, no one
comes
knows
with
what's
age.
going on.
I think Mike's just in denial.
No, Mike finally is leaving the house now way more than he did in high school.
Have you grown up yet?
I can grow a mustache.
I mean, your mustache is pretty nice.
But
Yeah.
Jake, were you ever mean to anybody in high school? I feel like Jake and Phil were never mean.
Is
to
it my
anyone.
turn or is it still Trent's turn? Because we haven't divulged anything that Trent's done to anybody.
I don't think that I've done anything.
Are
poured- you
you
poured beer on
kidding
the
Worst,
me?
the one
poured beer
worst,
on me and
the
bought
one
me a
worst
burger.
thing that you've done that comes to mind.
I feel like I
To
was
one of
mean to
us.
Devin a couple times.
Oh, okay.
It's still Trent's turn.
Like I made Devin pretty upset.
Still Trent's turn.
Phil, shush. It's Trent's turn.
He asked a question.
I was
No,
mean
I
to
don't care.
Devin
Well,
3
I don't care
hours ago.
anymore.
We'll come back to
Shush.
it.
The meanest thing I've done to someone in the group?
Yeah, and preferably someone that's sitting in front of you right now.
Yeah, that'd be
But
cute.
in the greater group, that would
I
work
think
too.
for sure sitting down here, but I think it was just like years and years of being mean to Mike. I don't think it was like one thing. It was like a lot of teasing. It's a
culmination.
really no reason.
It's the
but
fact that you destroyed Mike's childhood
Yes.
altogether. Okay. That's
the
fair.
fact that we're still friends after how much of an ass I was to him is, I don't know if that says a lot about him or
You can say that
I
about
think it
all
says
of
a
us
lot
here.
about both of us.
You can say that about all of us here.
that
as much of an ass as you have been, it's surprising we're still your friends.
Yeah, that's a great point, actually. Yeah,
I mean, you did always have a car.
We didn't explain why. So this
didn't
segment,
really, though.
This segment's called "It's Not PMS, It's Called Caring." Nobody knows.
That was at the beginning. I guess
We didn't explain that. I was thinking.
Oh,
this.
you want to? How about you explain that real quick, and then
I'd
go
rather.
on to the mean thing you did.
I'd rather hear it from someone who.
Was there?
Oh, well, I was
I
there.
think we
but
should save that one.
Okay,
and just
let's save
Maybe
it.
tease
Phil.
our
We'll save it.
listeners.
We'll save it.
One day we'll tell you what it means. But
for me,
we don't trust you enough yet.
I would say that it was.
Kylie.
It's probably as a whole, the whole group of friends. When I was with Brittany, I was a completely different person.
what?
No,
And-
don't say that.
And looking back, I realized that I was like, it was like an idiot move for me to be with when I'm hanging out with my girlfriend and my best friends to be like a whipped idiot like that.
What?
Oh, we gotta go now. Brittany's
Anything.
has to be home in 4 hours.
I gotta go power kiss Brittany in the corner for 3 days.
He does
that
kiss
did
very
happen.
well.
When you
And
hang
I-
out with McKenna, we'd stand right behind her, just like there it is. I
think
there's the face.
I think the closer
Get in
to
there.
the closer to this episode could be making out in the bathroom.
Oh yeah,
Remake with Phil's professionalism.
Oh, remember that?
Working out in the
Song.
bathroom.
Oh, is there a song? I was like, what is this?
Bathroom.
It was about Jake and Brittany, right?
Or
Making out in my bathroom.
Our episode artwork will be the stop sign down by Brittany's house.
Yeah, stop.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
stop making out.
In the
Oh,
bathroom, yeah.
when you were, I don't know if I want to divulge this, but when you were on your mission, like,
But I'm going to anyway.
because when
Check the timestamp.
so all of a sudden, like Trevin and Trevin and Ryan they both made out with Brittany, and
Wow. Edit.
and then we
edit.
went and egged her house with like 400 eggs. It was the best egging we've ever done.
I will say.
And I wasn't there.
I literally
I
was
was
on
on my mission.
flat
I
of
also wasn't
2.5 dozen eggs
I
that
could-
I personally threw.
It's the first time in my life that I realized I could hold 4 eggs in one hand.
Yes.
And 4 eggs in another hand. We threw once high, and then we transferred hands, and we threw next ones low, so they all hit at the same
It
time.
was like
We learned that
it was-
snowballing.
yes, we did.
Wait,
Those are
you,
snowballing
You
method.
did that on his mission?
No, while he
During
was on his
mission?
mission, it was like Jake got pissed. We got bored because we didn't care what she was doing. And we're like, hey, let's go egg her house. And we threw so many eggs at her house.
Because I remember there was one when Jake was still home. Because Jake went
You
over
egged her
there
house
the
while
next day.
he was home too.
Yeah, he went over there, and didn't you say her dad was like crying or
I
something?
don't think it was eggs. It was Oreos on the garage door.
Oh,
I was
Somebody
I
put
wasn't there for
Oreos,
either of these
Oreos
things.
on the garage door.
That was her ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
Yeah, one of
may
them.
have been.
we were terrible.
No, absolutely not. No. I would do it again today if I could.
Tell us how terrible you are, Phil.
You can do
Yeah,
it.
Phil, what did you do?
How terrible are you?
Oh, I threw a lot of eggs. Let's
no,
be
no,
honest.
No, to this group right here.
to someone in the group.
What's the worst thing I've done? Oh, that's hands down easy. I kissed Kemi and ruined Jeff's life.
You did what? Oh, Jeff's walking away.
He's back. He's coming back.
Hold on.
He can
Hey,
pee
for
later.
about 14 seconds, I thought I had to pee.
Phil, tell me what happened.
Hold on. Who didn't kiss Cammy? Did you really not kiss her? I really thought
Here's
that
the
everybody
thing.
else did.
Here's
No.
the thing. Super, like, if I was in 90210 and I would have been the star. Or like Days of Our Lives, I would have been like the main Latino guy. They got all offended. That was my life post Cammy, no last name description, no edit for Phil.
That was Kemi. Yeah, and in my defense, we were playing Truth or Dare Jenga in a group,
Yeah, that doesn't count.
and it was like how you'd kiss your mom, like mwah, the end.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't believe
And
I
that's,
played Truth or Dare
that's
with my mom.
primarily what upset me is that
good call.
you treated her like a mom, and so did I. So
Yeah,
Jeff touched his own mother's boobs way more often.
Wait, it wasn't spin
Whoa.
the. It wasn't a spin
His
the
mom
bottle.
died when she was 10.
It wasn't
Stop.
spin the bottle.
He was 2.
I always thought it was spin the bottle.
I think it was Truth or Dare Jenga.
Can I tell you the most dramatic thing I've ever said in my life? And it was to this individual, and I said, if you don't get out of my life, I'm going to get out of my life.
Oh,
Mic drop. I was ready to move to California.
that's not getting out of your life.
Yeah, me and
That's
Jeff-
taking your life somewhere
Me and
else.
Jeff had like a
Well, it was
huge.
the
You
same
said that
thing.
to Phil?
No, I said that to
this
Cammy.
person.
Oh,
Yeah. I was like, if you don't leave me alone with all my friends and like making out with Phil every night, then I'm out of here.
If you don't quit playing Truth or Dare Jenga, you can count me out.
I got a truth or a spin the bottle thing. Has anyone played spin the bottle legitimately, like as an adult, 21 and
Yes.
older? Okay,
What?
when was it, Trent?
Like a real one was probably like 25,
Yesterday.
Real
26.
bottle, real spin.
Yeah, but like real, like, hey, there's a group of like equal guys and girls
Right.
and shit went down. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I got a
25
question
or
on that.
6.
This is strictly for documentary purposes.
Right.
Did you kiss any men?
No.
Don't think that long.
I don't
Just
think I
tell me the
did.
truth.
But I also don't think that I would not have. So would I kiss a dude to see another girl make out with another girl and pull her boobs out? Every time.
Trent, how many men have
Every
you
time.
kissed?
Whoa.
Like it would be like in a situation like that.
No, how many men have you kissed?
Jake,
Like,
how often does your mom
you're
listen to
talking-
this
There's a
podcast?
difference
Every
between
episode.
like kissing
All right.
someone and kissing someone.
how many men have you romantically, passionately
Zero.
kissed?
Zero.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
No,
Just-
literally not one.
Just wondering how close I need to sit.
I want to point
Right,
out
that's all.
that right before we got to Jeff asking how terrible he was, he changed the subject and then got up and walked away.
I remember that. It happened right now.
Yeah, we'll bring it back. He's using the bidet right now, like in a weird way. He sat on the toilet backwards. I watched him.
Here's the thing about a bidet.
It's cold.
Who here uses one?
I do.
Frequently.
I figured out a way to
Figured it
get
out.
mine
You
to work.
figured out your
Yep.
bidet.
Yeah. But
Okay.
now the seat comes apart. Every
Wait,
time I
what? Like rips out of the toilet?
No, the buckle on the back of the seat, it's a soft close,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of pressure
Yeah.
on the thingamajig, the hinge, and so when it comes down, sometimes the top pops loose. And anyway,
Are you? And this just might
Bidets
be
are
my
great.
technique. Are you disappointed in how much
How hard you
need
come
to,
when it's blasting
No.
your butthole?
What?
He took so long to say what he was going to say.
I'm trying to figure out how to say poop. So how
Just say poop.
So here's the thing.
No,
are you disappointed
there's
in how many
no-
times you have to wipe
There's
after
no
you use
way
it
that you
sometimes?
were really.
yeah, sometimes I miss, and I'm like, why do I have to do this twice?
So, like
Sometimes 3 times.
like
You got
sometimes
to adjust.
I adjust.
You got to
and,
do
like,
the
move.
you got to do the bidet shimmy. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so it's not necessarily a toilet paper saver, but on an individual basis, but percentage wise, I think overall it will save the planet.
Yeah, I definitely do use toilet paper less.
So
with the bidet.
I think I use way less water too because I have to flush like 3 or 4 times normally.
What?
What?
He was so concerned.
How many times a day do you
Father,
poop?
forgive me for I have sinned.
No, let's
Why is this the most
Let's
truth
just-
we've ever gotten out of Phil right now?
let's
Phil's like, listen, guys,
let's
slow the
just
fuck
say-
down.
I've got something to
Yeah.
say.
Hey, shush, everybody.
Daddy's got to talk.
Shush.
let's just say I'm a hairy guy.
Oh my god.
So
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
a lot of toilet paper,
Why don't you
lots
just
of
shave?
flushing. I could do that, but
Did-
I just
are
got
you-
a bidet. and
Did you,
solved everything.
you got a bidet and it's
Yeah.
improved your life dramatically.
Well, yeah, I already knew they were.
Okay.
Mike, you missed the episode where we like talked for 30 minutes about
Yeah,
bidet.
Mike, why don't you feed data, like feed emotions and
I should
everything
probably-
into Phil? Now it changed your life, right? And it's totally changed everything about you.
He
You're a
came
better
back,
person.
he
How does
came
that
back
make you
after this
feel?
cami topic just fucking fired up.
Oh, I am fired up. Let me tell you. I just took a pee and tried to use your bidet in there. Just got water everywhere.
For a pee?
It's because his balls are huge after his vasectomy.
Oh, that would hurt. Don't do that, Jeff.
I just
A
squirted me in the face.
vasectomy or
A bidet on the vasectomy? Portion?
vasectomy?
Let's circle back here.
Okay.
What?
Jeff left right when it was his turn to tell us
Yes.
the worst thing he's
Oh.
ever done
Oh, yeah.
What is the worst thing I've ever done?
to someone here or in the group at large.
I'm actually gonna open the floor to suggestions because I feel like I haven't done anything to any of you guys.
Oh my God. No. I'm here for this. I made notes on this one.
I'm serious. I was
1997,
always
right.
a little bit of a wussy. I mean, Jake could just mention that he needs a ride to school, and I'm picking his ass up every single day, bringing him in. Mikey would be like, "My mom's like, I'm not gonna."
Yeah, I do
and
think
I'd be
the
like,
worst.
"Yeah, that's fine."
The worst thing you ever did was go pick Trevin up for school every day. Like
Trevin?
just the
That's
world.
the
I never
worst
did
thing
that.
you did.
Who
I never
picked
did
Jake?
that. I picked up Jake every day. For
I don't even know
school.
where Trevor
Somebody
is.
picked up Trevin every single day.
Okay, so seriously though, I have no idea if I ever did anything bad to anyone. I can tell you, like my little brother, like
Okay,
Danny.
sit on your cross. All right.
I'm serious. I was, and I'm not saying this is a cool thing. Like I was so nice and everything. I'm saying I was a little pussy.
Let's pivot.
So I never did anything.
Let's pivot. What's the best thing you ever did
Best thing.
for one of us? Also picking up Jake every day.
Okay, you saying what's the best thing you ever did just reminded me of the worst thing I ever did. So I'm about to tell you.
We know your trigger words.
Okay, so at some point,
William the tinfoil
I know I did this to Phil at least once, and I swear to God, I might have done it to Mike and somebody else. Okay, when we used to do this paintball thing, I somehow had money all the time. I didn't even have a job, but I had money. Phil wanted this like paintball barrel set, but it was like $73 or something. I can't remember how much it was. And I'm like, yeah, Phil, I'll loan you the money. You just have to pay me $120 back. Like I was like full on
legit sold it.
Usury.
No, he probably
full on
still owes you,
resold.
let's be honest.
I was
a resale
no, I
on
was
that.
full on payday loan, 3,000% interest, like F you in the A. But don't worry, Phil, I'm here for you. I'm here to get you your
Good for you,
sniper
though,
barrel
actually.
set.
This happened
this
to
week.
Phil.
I don't
all
even remember
the
that.
Time.
Oh my gosh.
No, Phil. No.
I will
Phil
pay you
probably went to
$10.
you. You probably didn't do shit.
No,
let me
I-
tell you exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Phil
Okay.
said, "You give me $80, I'll give you 120 back." Because this is exactly what Phil would do.
This
He's
is
like,
true. This
give me
is
$5,
true.
I'll give you 10. Like, why would you? Yeah, it's just in the car. I don't want to go get it.
I really want that Whopper. I'll pay you $10
Yeah,
for that
I'll buy you
hamburger.
30
It's like,
Whoppers
Phil,
if you
this
give me
costs
one right now.
99 cents. I don't
Phil
care.
did that
I'm
all
so
the time.
hungry.
Also, I'm still convinced that the worst thing Jake ever did is still owe me money. Like you borrowed everyone's money growing up. You're like, I don't have money for that. And then it's like you had like $1 million when you went on a mission.
I think the worst thing Jake
Occasionally
did
borrow
was
money.
Yeah, $1 million.
occasionally.
the worst thing Jake ever did was make out with one of our friend's sisters, like hardcore.
Who didn't kiss McKenna? Let's do that by raise of hands.
Raise of hands.
Who didn't?
Is this coming across in the audio that my hands
Yes,
up?
you did.
My hands up.
You dated her.
Phil never,
I
Phil never
don't
kissed her.
think I did.
Phil never
did.
kissed her.
I don't
did.
think so.
I know because I wanted to. And I kept track.
That's great.
Mike still got that bunk bed with everyone's name like written in it.
No, just Jana's name.
I can tell you the worst thing Trent ever did to me.
Okay.
Oh, I like
rock and
this.
roll.
Okay, I'm here for that.
So I'm selling cell phones. I'm 16, so excited about my new
Career.
I didn't do this to you. You allowed me to do
my
this
new
to you.
Kia Sarah phone. I paid like $700 bucks for it.
Kyocera.
It had like 8 lines of text on it. Like you could see 8 lines of text at the same
That's a
time.
good game of Centipede.
Yeah, a retractable antenna, and I was so excited. I came up to everybody like, check out my new phone. Trent's like, oh, let me see that, and just launches it over the back of his head.
I
Like,
had forgotten about this until you started the story.
just throws it, and I was like, oh my gosh,
And how did your life change?
it didn't.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
fine.
I'll tell you the worst thing I ever did to Phil is borrow his stereo to use it and then ruin it
Without me knowing.
without your knowledge. I'm like,
Let's talk about
Phil's mom. Phil's mom. Phil's totally fine with this. He said I could borrow his stereo.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
You remember when you borrowed like every power tool I owned, went on a mission, and I still haven't seen any of them
Yeah.
back? You're like, they're at Devens, went to Devens, and like Bud's obviously still all the tools are there.
Wow.
Like, nope, nothing.
I actually just asked Devin about that because he was cleaning his parents' garage out because they're moving out.
Oh, where are they moving to?
To their
Their
backyard.
backyard.
To their backyard.
Oh, I knew that. Yeah. Oh, the pool house will treat him well.
Yep.
I was like, why don't you check to see if Trent's tools are there? And he said, I'm sure they're not. It's like, well,
Yeah. My dad would pawn that.
this whole episode.
You guys talk for 2 hours. Why is it 8 minutes long?
Thanks for listening. We're
Right.
back and forth.
Like it didn't even start yet. How's it ending?
Wow, Mike, you have the most controversial episode ever.
I think that we remember what other people did way more than we remember what we did. It's like,
Maybe.
what?
I remember everything I did to you.
Like,
you
what
had
did
to take
you
it
do
up in
wrong?
you had to take it up
Because he
in
wrote it
confessional.
on his bed.
Oh, he had to confess it to go on a mission.
Yep.
Writing it on the bed is the
What
same
is
as
your
writing
bish-
it on my heart.
It weighs heavy.
Trent,
I do remember making fun of you for your freaking. What was that little app you like? The little digital thing that was the encyclopedia or whatever.
I had an electronic dictionary.
That sounds actually just way smarter than what I described. But exactly that. Yep, that's what it was.
But you make fun of me about it, but I remember you looking up swear words in it.
So how does that make me the bet? Like, you were looking up real
You're
world
the one
words,
that-
like alone by yourself. Like, I wonder what this means. Nope. What does fuck mean? I don't know. I still don't know.
Trent was doing that, and then he'd go straight to the Bible to find like the most controversial verses he could.
So if it's written
Studying.
in a book that you're believing, how am I weird for finding it and then telling you about it?
Trent opened the Bible.
Let the woman learn in silence.
First Timothy, whatever. First, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, for I shall not stand a woman to usurp authority up over a man.
I want the record
still
to show
believe in
that
this one so much more.
he was looking right
remembers
at
it.
Phil's eyes
Hell
when he
yeah,
said
I
this.
am. As soon as I heard that in church, I was like, "Yep, here for this."
How is Trent the most religious person on this table right now? He's spouting out scripture.
Trent, I have a confession to make.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
We were. You remember the
That scared the crap out of me.
rope swing at Jeff's house? Not Jeff here, other Jeff.
Oh wow.
I mean, yeah. Sorry,
Jeff,
I made-
Wait, no, the one that was at the river at my house.
No. Your neighbor's house, Jeff.
I don't remember the rope swing.
The rope swing over there.
Oh, the
Over the
big
bridge.
one in
The
between
big
them and the
old rope
neighbors.
swing.
It goes from the bridge
Yeah.
over the creek.
No,
No.
that was at my house. It was in between their house. Like we would always go there to start like night games.
There was like a
big
tree
one.
house there, and there's a big old rope swing, like 20
And now
feet.
that's a part of that like dead British guys.
yes,
estate.
the dead British guy.
Buckingham Palace.
So
You put your
remember-
testicles on
no,
the
we
wood?
so we got to the point where we would do two people on the rope swing at once, one halfway up the rope, just kind of like
Oh my!
Why not?
holding
On
on,
purpose?
Because why
holding on
not?
really tight, and then one person with their foot in at the bottom, and I was really mad at Trent.
Which time?
I was really mad at Trent for stealing my friends away because he just moved in. We were in second grade. and I was waiting for you to look away, and then I jumped on the swing to get started. And you fell
I fall?
off the swing. Because you were above me, and I'm like, I was waiting. And you looked away. I was like, okay, now it's my chance to kill Trent. I didn't actually. I was
and then
actually
got
trying
a
to kill
Sega
you.
Genesis that year, and you were happy I lived.
And then yeah.
Why didn't you succeed, Mike? I really wish you would have.
There were a lot of cuts on his back. I remember that.
Now back to Jeff and the worst thing he's done to any of us.
Can I still
Wish
can I,
death upon Trent.
can I still have a ride home, Trent?
I really wish he was dead. Thanks for the ride, buddy.
That's my 11-year-old or when I was 11 years old.
I feel like I
that's my
kind of
confession-
remember
confession.
that, but I don't. Yeah.
Mike,
Well,
how do
you
you
got hurt pretty hard.
Mike, how do you feel now?
I feel like a little bit guilty, but kind of. I'm like, you
now
kind
that
of deserved it.
Now that you've gotten
Did
it off
I
your
deserve
chest.
it, or did I earn it later? Like, was that in the bank for stuff I did?
Now that you've gotten it
I
off
can
your
tell
chest,
this
how
kid
do
is
you
going to be
feel?
friggin'
I feel
trouble.
pretty
Right,
good.
right.
I feel pretty good.
Well, here's what I mean. How do
gonna
you
hate this
feel?
kid.
Yeah, but I like my head hurts.
Okay.
You know what, Mike? I forgive you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I forgive you for pouring beer on me.
I feel like you got way ahead there too.
See, and that's why we're all here, to get along, even though we wish each other would die, I guess, and peed on each other and poured beer
And kissed each
ruined
other's
cell
girlfriends.
phones, kissed each other's girlfriends.
Hold on, Mike. The
Toilet
worst thing you
paper
did
at
was
each other's houses.
You remember when we went to like homecoming and I'm taking Amber home, and you just like
We're not going to talk about this.
Wait, what was this?
So there are a list of probably 5 things in my life that I'm actually embarrassed about.
This is one of them.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Shout out,
100%.
shout out to Amber. Hi, Amber. How's it going?
Hey, Amber.
It was like Amber
Oh
and I
my
were just
gosh.
sitting
I
there
really
like,
don't want to talk about this.
Wait, what was it? Tell me.
Well, you can suggest and edit later.
Don't
Tell
worry,
us a
Mike.
story, Trent.
I'll totally
So,
edit it too.
so I can't remember you. I can't remember who you took. Someone from the ward.
Crystal.
My mouth was full. I can't say it.
Doesn't matter.
You took
I'm
a
gonna go to the
girl from
bathroom.
the ward.
Think
So
You can't go to the bathroom
take-
because
I can't get out of here.
Crystal's in there.
Anyway, so there's everyone's going to drop people off.
Just let it go.
We go drop off this girl in the ward, super close to Mike. Amber's further away. Like, hey, Mike, so should I drop you? No. Take me home after Amber. All right, that's fine too. Go to Amber's house, get out of the car, take Amber out of the car. Mike comes out of the car.
Wait,
We go
This
to
is
the
after
porch.
the date?
This is after the dance.
You're on a date with Amber.
We're a big group dance. Like
Okay.
we were at the same dance. We go from the car, stand on the porch. Mike's on the porch.
with the
Then,
two of you.
Then we go inside for a while
With the two of
on
you?
the couch. Mike's also on the couch.
Like the third
It's like
wheel?
it's like me, Amber, Mike, and then.
I'm trying not to look at Mike right now.
Eventually, it's like, well, so I'm gonna go. So we go to the porch. I give Amber a hug. Mike gives Amber a hug right after. Awkward. And then we get in the car and leave, and I'm just like, that was not what I thought was gonna happen.
The only thing that I could say to defend Mike in that is it was Amber.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool.
So-
Good point. Thanks,
But
Jake.
other than that, Mike, that sucks.
Mike, you should be so embarrassed right now.
You could
The whole country
it's
is
hard to
hearing
embarrass
this.
you. And this is
one
one
of
of
the
the
five
most embarrassing things that
That's funny,
I've ever done.
Because I like on a normal situation, I would have never remembered that. Like it's just because we kept like talking about stuff going on that like it came up into my head.
I think we've been going on too long now. Let's change topics.
To be fair, Amber is so cool. I wish I could give her a hug right now. She's so nice.
Jeez.
Amber, you're probably our number 73 listener.
Yeah, it's gonna take her a while, probably.
Yeah.
And then this is all getting edited
In
out
20
anyways.
years, when you hear about this,
Yeah.
you'll know that.
Oh, she
Mike-
probably. I'm sure she remembered. She was there.
Yeah.
Oh, we for sure talked about it since then.
She remembered how awkward it was when Mike hugged her.
and sat on the couch.
After Trent's
She
date,
probably
Came
did.
inside.
No, we talked about this a couple years ago. She for sure remembers.
I'm sure she does.
Let's get her to call in.
Yeah, call in
would,
now.
too.
So this is a
she'd
good,
come over and talk.
This is actually a good segue. I know we didn't get to everybody, but we're gonna move on.
Is this about dinosaurs again?
Do you want it to be?
Nope.
Because he's got more.
What is a friend?
Ooh.
What is a friend? So I was
Well, if
watching.
we ask Phil to Google it, it'll
mean,
probably take 30 minutes.
to
But
me, a friend is somebody like that. Even if it's been 6, 9, 12 months, you still like pop in, and it's like nothing has ever like been in between.
I'll tell you what a friend is. Marty. You guys know Marty?
I love
Miller?
Marty.
Marty.
Yeah.
He lived in Colorado for a long time. He actually lives in Oklahoma now. Marty, I could not talk to him for 5, 10 years. Doesn't matter. I talked to him, and it's like we talked yesterday. That kid, I love him so much, and I don't know if he actually listens to the podcast. I send it over to him, but we'll literally not talk for 2 years. Get on the phone. It's just like we stopped talking yesterday.
Marty's freaking funny.
He's
I love
a
Marty.
great guy, and he's such a good friend. And I feel that way about all you guys. Like, we could not talk for 6 months, and I'd call Jake and be like, hey, man, what's up?
Another dude we inherited from the Burger Shack.
That's right. Yep.
I want to shout out to Marty because when I left Facebook, I was like, hey, everyone, I'm leaving this stupid thing. If you want to get a hold of me, here's my number. And Marty was like, cool.
One of the fool.
And that was the only and that was the only response I got
He's
from
like, I've
anyone.
been waiting so long for you to leave so I can say some shit behind your back.
Yep.
I'm gonna call him.
So in
because-
your heart is where the question, what is a friend? It's just a picture of Marty.
well, it's not just Marty. It's the concept of no matter how much time has gapped between the last time you talked to each other, it's like you just talked to each other. It's like you have the instant camaraderie and the instant love and the instant care for each other, no matter what. And that, to me, that's a real friend. And also someone that will help you drywall.
That's fair. That's good. That's actually like a good.
Or help you move, I think is a good one.
That's why I'm the worst friend in this group.
I think the last time I was here was when I helped you move here.
That was. It's true,
welcome.
Mike. The last
So-
time you came to my house was when you was 4 years ago.
You've lived here for 4 years?
Oh, it's been 2.5, I think.
So I heard a thing just today, actually, that a friend is someone you can tell bad news to, and they will not shat all over you.
Was this off Facebook?
Or they'll shout on you and you know that it's in, like, they're trying to help.
Well, that's not in this quote,
Oh,
but
well, your quote sucks.
On the chest, right?
and they're also someone.
And we're back to that. Kane Gulch.
a friend. And someone you can tell good news to, and they're just happy for you and won't try to one up you. That's another definition of a friend.
Well, you know what I think a better definition of a friend is? See, this is
Please
trying to
one
one
up,
up him.
one up me.
Someone
I think it's somebody who just loves you no matter what. See, I'm one up to you.
Didn't you just barely say Marty Miller? We're going back.
I think it's someone that'll help you hide a body.
So
Trent, we established that Trent's the only one.
Trent's the only friend we all have. Okay.
Yes.
Listen.
No, I'd hide a body.
sure.
For sure.
Are you kidding? No one would call you. Your dad would instantly get us arrested.
No, he would not.
Not anymore. But he is Xavier, so he would be able to read our minds.
He'd know.
Yeah.
He'd know.
My dad only ever caught me in like 1% of the things I did. So
That was when you
Certainly.
were beaten off.
And being in the toilet was one of them.
exactly.
How did we get away with so much for so long? Like the only well, Jake and I anyway got away with a bunch of crap. Like you guys always get caught, but
I always got caught because you just like instead of. So here's a good definition of what a friend isn't. Is like
hold on.
is when trouble is coming, they don't just leave and not
Jake,
tell you.
No. How many times we're like, hey, we got told. Who was it? Mike and I, when we toilet papered Devin's house, and we're like,
I'm just about everything that's being said right here.
we're like, hey, we gotta go. And Jake's like, hold on, there's one little sheet of toilet. And there's no, like he had like Jackson Pollock all over the place.
You don't take
Filled
a
with him.
perfectionist TPing with
Right.
you.
Like, no, we gotta go now. And so, were you in the truck with me? Okay. So, anyways, me and the other person in the truck with me. So we leave as like 5 cop cars are rolling in. We're like, nope, that's a them problem. We tried to get these guys to leave. This is after okay, let's leave that part out. We just toilet papered.
Yeah, I
And-
must have been in the car with you,
No, not with me.
but Jake.
Yes, because you guys got busted. We
Yep.
got back to my place and just all we did is we went up Jockey Hollow and then went the back way in, walked down to the bottom of the street where the cop was sitting because one of you guys narked us out and was
We
like,
didn't narc you. The cop was like, "You're going to prison right now, unless you tell us who was in that truck driving away.
Yeah,
Where
like,
does he live?"
your friend said you were toilet papering with them. We're like, there's one way in and one way out of this road. How did we get home? Our friends are just dicks. They were supposed to come get us and didn't. And we lived.
I think we have all gone through cycles of good and bad friend sessions in our lives.
Yeah, mine was definitely
Periods in our lives.
Tracy period.
Yep.
Yep.
Tracy. Period.
Period.
Were you a bad friend during Tracy?
I wasn't a friend at all. I don't think I.
Yeah, you were getting laid for the first
I
time.
don't
Of
think
course,
I
that
talked
happens every time.
Talked to you guys at all during that whole year.
I didn't even know you.
Yep.
Tell me about a vasectomy.
Mike, was that all of your friend thing? You were gonna read stuff and we kept interrupting.
No, that's the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Jeff, tell me about
Vasectomy? You wanna
tell
know
me
the-
about a vasectomy.
You want to know the truth about a vasectomy?
Yeah, tell us the
Let's get
truth.
the truth.
Well, let me tell you. Okay. I recently had a vasectomy. And before the vasectomy, I talked to other people that have had a vasectomy. And all I hear is how it is the coolest thing ever. It's so great now. I can tell you all the individual, like, specific things, but I don't know if anyone wants
I'm going to
hear
cut you
that.
off real quick.
Yeah.
You're not the only person here that's had one.
I know Phil has.
Okay.
That's right.
And I'm going to go on the
So,
record.
and
And I'm one of those people that
he's
was
gonna
like,
fact
"It's
check
so great, awesome, do it."
okay.
I'm going to go on the
Back to you.
record and
Back
say,
to you.
no, you're fine. I was going to bring Phil up because Phil is one of the few people who's been consistent in his story, which is, I had a vasectomy. It was great. No issues. It's cool. You should do it. Okay. Everybody says that. Then after I got the vasectomy, the same people that I talked to, I heard the craziest crap about. Like, long story short, I had to go back to the doctor.
Long story swollen.
Long story swollen. 2 weeks
Is that why
later.
you had problems with the bidet? Just barely?
No, that was a joke.
It was kind of a joke.
But like, I had one friend go, "Oh yeah, I got my vasectomy," and he basically said, "I almost became an opium addict after that." I'm like, "What the hell?
Completely unrelated to the vasectomy, though.
Why would you want?" No, he's like, "Oh, I got on the painkillers after, and I thought I was going to become a heroin addict." I'm like, "Wow, why didn't you tell me that before I got the vasectomy?" My other friend was like, "Oh, it's the greatest thing. You should definitely go to." He's like, "Oh yeah, my balls hang lower now." What? That's a thing?
I have a friend, Dave, who like this licorice bag right here, like bigger than a softball.
Yeah.
He just got his done just like almost a year ago.
Yeah.
And
What
his
does the
ball
licorice
is
bag have
literally
to do
this
with
big.
it?
Like fill it up. That's well, I'm just saying like the girth of his ball.
Yeah.
We went to
So
Dallas and
Trent's
he
making
pulled
a
his
fist
ball out.
like bigger than like a
It's a
grapefruit.
softball.
He pulled his ball out and I almost fell over. I was like, what the fuck.
Because the ball
Sits
hit you
down.
and
Like
knocked your
cur-
balance off?
Like
Yeah, it was
currently
that
it's
close.
like
I
that.
was trying.
Wow.
I have a picture right here if you want to see it.
No, I don't. But it's like
Just
You
show
want
it
to see
to
it?
him.
Okay,
yeah,
show it.
yeah. This will.
Okay.
He showed it to me over dinner, which was really messed up.
It was sushi.
Wait,
Speaking
so
of
how
which,
long
we
ago
need
did
to
he
have
have
sushi.
it?
So he just had like another surgery this week, and he says it's like screwed up again.
This is all effects from the vasectomy.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was
Messed
so
up, right?
When he sits down, it looks like there's like a couple beer cans.
I've
in
been
his-
thinking
in
about
his
getting
pants.
one.
Here's
I'm
the
not
thing.
anymore.
I'm not
Here's the
anymore
thing.
either.
No, you should.
This is a public service announcement.
Thanks, Jeff.
Be careful.
And no one else.
Don't. Okay.
When
let
he's
me tell you.
Also,
go
Jeff,
ahead.
stand up right now.
Oh my God.
Jeff, stand up. He was talking about this earlier. Go over there. Nope. Stop with that. You are
Captain
not.
Morgan.
Yeah.
It's
Go
Captain
doing the
Morgan.
Captain
over
Morgan.
there and
To-
stand.
to
You
us.
can see his nut
over here.
through his pants. Why is it? What is happening with your?
Jake, don't laugh out loud.
I won't. I laugh out loud.
Mike, thank you for muting your laugh.
Through his jeans.
Mike is joking.
I thought he had a beer can in his thing. He's like, no, that's really my.
Yeah, it was a White Claw. Listen, guys. Listen. Here's my point. People talk about vasectomies like it's great. Like, oh, you don't have to wear a raincoat anymore or whatever they want to say. Is this PG?
No.
No.
Trent's
Oh,
here.
okay.
No.
It's got the little E next to the podcast.
Fuck yeah,
Every
it does.
episode.
Right.
Oh, fucking A. Well, let me tell you this. So, I'll tell you the most awkward part of the whole vasectomy for me. And Phil, you tell me if this is right. I walk in this place, and then this girl comes in. I'm like, hi, I just met you. She's like, hey, go ahead and get undressed from the waist down and sit down on the bench. And so I sit down, and she comes in and just rips the blanket off me. I'm like full cock and balls hanging out there, and she washes my balls. Never met her. Wasn't sure what her name was. I know
Never
you're
had a
used.
happy ending?
Trent, I know you're used to that, so don't even interject. But I've never had a girl that I don't know wash my testicles. Oh my God. But that happened. Phil, tell us what you see.
It's big. It's like a whole fistful.
Why is Mike looking at it through a screen?
I'm trying to stop my eyes from seeing it.
He wants to see
Why
it,
would
but
you use the screen? You were born with eyelids, you fucking tard.
Mike's
Just
looking
shut
through
your
his
eyes.
Mike's looking through his pop filter like he wants to see it, but
Right.
he doesn't want to see
I
it.
He
learned-
wants it to be black, is what he's like. Ooh, all right, okay.
So I just learned what a pop filter was today.
It's this thing, Mike.
Well, you notice how it's not popping? Eh?
That is not the pop. It's like there
So,
it is.
Like
so
that.
that was literally the worst part. Is just like, hello, these are my cock and balls. I've never met you before, but you're about to sanitize them, right? And then the doctor comes in. He's done this 4,000 times. My doctor's name was Dr. Johnson, believe it or don't, because that's his name. And he
don't believe it.
snipped them open
Then
and
don't.
did his thing. And honestly, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't a bad procedure. Wasn't too concerned about that. It's just the healing process afterwards. I was told it would be like a couple days. I'd be back to normal, banging away or whatever.
But that's
you wanna
not
say it.
accurate.
Oh,
Hold on.
hell no.
If he says back to normal, you say banging away. That's not normal for you.
Well, yeah, that's true. That'd be
What
like
back alley doctor did you go to?
it was
Dr. Johnson.
Dr. Johnson, Dr. Ching Johnson.
Dr. Johnson, the back alley Johnson.
Hey,
Doctor.
Dr. Johnson.
Yeah, so my thing when I went to get it, was
Phil,
like
tell us.
they put this like blue paper towel thing over you. It's like a full body paper towel.
Like
It's
a
called,
shop
it's called a
towel.
gown,
Like
I
a
think.
shop towel.
No, it's
Nope.
like a shop towel, but
like
it's
a
like
shop towel.
big to cover your body.
Okay.
And then he
It's like just a huge bib.
kind of, and then he just rubbed this like brown liquid around my
Iodine.
nether
Iodine,
regions,
probably.
and
Wait.
the liquid just made the thing dissolve, so that only
It
my
made the thing dissolve.
the
towel.
the
The
shop towel.
If anybody went to like a discount vasectomy, we know Phil did. Didn't you
me.
get your wisdom teeth
Apparently
out by like
Jeff
some?
did.
Oh, the wisdom teeth was the worst
At
thing
the
of my
same
life.
time.
But anyway,
Open up.
so I'm just laying there and I look down and the only thing I can see are like my genitals just sticking out. And this guy comes in, he's just talking to me so calm and nice. And I felt like probably what people feel like in like torture camps in like Iraq or something that are
You
like
think
tied
that's what they feel like?
I highly doubt that's right.
kind of feel like you're exaggerating.
They're tied
I'm
up in-
envisioning the machine on
You paid
Princess
them money
Bride.
to do this to you.
I paid him money, but it's just like this feeling of complete vulnerability. Like I'm just like laying there, and he had my whole life in his hands, literally, and he just like starts going to work
not
and like
literally.
So that feeling for a moment was a little bit like, but.
So he didn't have a female assistant come in and help with this?
No females. It was just
I
like
should have gone to your
she
doctor.
came in, but she was like, "Hey, you're gonna get undressed. You're gonna put this on top of you, and the doctor's gonna come in." So
Yeah, I basically did. The girl came in and went, "Hey, I'm gonna wash up," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, just like that." Like it was 0 to 1,000 miles per hour. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on. What does it matter if a girl did it? She's not jerking you off. She's just
Absolutely not. Like
Was
that thing
Colleen
was
listening
so.
to this?
No, that thing was so shrunken and embarrassed.
That's like when I don't want to tell that story. Never mind. Hold on.
Okay, go on, Phil.
anyway, I've never regretted it. I'd do it again 100
You did
times.
say that the actual procedure was like a kick in the balls, right? Other than that,
like when you go to the dentist and he gives you a shot, it freaking hurts. But like a second later, it goes away because it numbs. That's what it's like. It's like getting kicked in the nuts. You're like, ooh, and it goes away in like
And
a
you
couple
briefly
seconds.
feel like you're in Iraq.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah,
Being tortured in a cell.
A
waterboarded.
trail of
Right.
tears
balls.
through his nutsack.
Yep.
Makes sense to me.
That's as close as I could get to it.
sounds like a great experience.
Jake, you should get that.
Yep.
Are
The
you,
other
guys, are
thing-
you guys having more kids, Jake?
Totally thinking about vasectomy.
You should
even
totally do it.
more
But
now.
let me tell you another thing
No,
that
we're
happened.
not.
But you're not fixed.
That's correct.
So you're having more kids.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
But you're not fixed.
No, we're not.
But you're having more kids.
But believe me, when you go from
What?
10 years old to another baby, yeah, just do it, dude.
Mike did
Yeah,
that
have another
too.
kid.
Mike had 2.
What?
Mike, how many kids do you have
I
now?
have 4. I've got 4,
100?
and they're all amazing.
They're for sure not listening to the podcast. Don't lie. Or are they going to listen to it later? Yeah. No, when they're your kids are awesome.
They are awesome.
They're so
You
wonderful.
have 4 kids?
Yeah.
Are you having more, Mike?
Nope.
Crystal,
done.
what's
How
their
many,
birthdays?
how many boys do you have?
1. So
What's his
if I'm
name?
going to choose which vasectomy doctor to go to, it's going to be Phil's.
He was good. I liked him.
In a gay way or?
No, it was just like he was a pro. So he's talking to me and like he's like, I get more lawsuits for what I'm doing right now than anything else. And I was like, really? Like people like regret it or whatever? He's like, nope, people don't listen. He's like, you have to ejaculate like so many times after you get it done. Or
She's like, this is when I'm in the room?
Or he's like, it's not a thing. He's like, until you get a test back that says I'm clear, you're not clear. He's like, do you understand that? I'm like, yeah, I understand. He's like, okay, then you probably won't sue me, right? I was like, I don't think so.
I was like, I love court, though.
I made a,
I do love court.
I made a solid 2 or 3 attempts to make a joke with some of these girls that were working at the vasectomy clinic. And one of them was, they said, okay, you need to have 20 to 30 ejaculates before you come back to have a test done to make sure that you're sterile.
I'll be back
And
in an hour.
And I said, cool, so I'll schedule something for a couple of years from now. Right? Totally didn't even think it was funny. And I'm like, really? I'm trying to make some light of this. I don't even know if I should call it my
They
balls
know that
or
you're
my
married.
scrotum.
That's just an accurate
He's probably like
life.
the last 30 guys said that exact
Yeah.
same
I know,
thing.
but
It's like, oh,
Two
that-
things. You're in a back alley,
The once a year
like,
joke.
discount
Yeah,
vasectomy.
let me sum all
Vasectomatorium.
let me sum all of this up because this is really how it went. I felt like I was so violated and this is so weird and this is such a intrusive thing that happened and blah 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 blah. And then at the end of the day, somebody told me, they said, listen, the people that did this with you, they wash balls for a living and that's their life. And I'm like, oh, I don't
Also,
feel
you
so bad
can't feel
anymore.
violated on something that you paid to do to you.
Oh, I've paid to do things that have violated me before.
Trent, have you ever bought a house?
Yeah. Did you feel violated?
But did I agree to it? So no, I didn't feel
I'm
violated.
just saying.
No, you're not.
What?
You're not saying anything.
That's true. I was just implying.
Oh,
All right,
just
so
saying.
so the moral of the story is get a vasectomy if you have a bunch of kids, which
Oh,
we
that's
all
the moral of the
do.
story.
Yeah,
do we?
except for Trent.
I
But
will say
Use
that when I
Phil's
walked
doctor.
out of that clinic, there was in this clinic in particular, on these certain days, it's only vasectomies. I had one of the first scheduled vasectomies for the day. I walked out. There's like 12 people in the waiting room, and I'm like, this guy is sterilizing the planet.
If there's 12 people, that's not enough. They need to be doing more dudes.
So
This is one guy.
I don't care. There needs to be like 100 out there for every dude.
So my grandma was talking about, I can't remember, a cousin or something. So he's like, that whole family is like been reached out to by like 3 different people that turned out to be like love children from like some women that they didn't even know like existed. And they're all like 70 years old plus, have families of their own, like, and they don't even know each other. And I'm just waiting for Trent's calls like one of these days where he's like, you guys have so many kids, but he's gonna have like,
it's not.
He's gonna have like this whole family tree somewhere that like when he's like 70.
It's gonna be like a family ivy growing on the side of a house.
Like Johnny Appleseed all of a sudden just like
Just an English ivy growing up the side of a truck.
And they're all bright red people with like curly red hair. It'll be great.
It's gonna happen.
Don't be
you
worried.
guys are the devil. The meanest thing you guys have ever done is right fucking now.
I love it. Perfect.
You have no idea what 3 vasectomies can do to a man.
What is that?
It's from The Office.
The Office.
Oh,
Jeff, what's the dumbest hobby that you have?
the dumbest hobby that I've ever had, or that I currently have.
Podcasting with
I'm telling
17
you, that's gotta
listeners.
be the dumbest thing.
You're
ever.
shooting high on that.
Yeah, it's spending $100 a night on a babysitter to hang out with you dumbasses. I have no hobbies. I've got 4 kids.
Okay.
My hobby is I cleaned up poop this morning for my dog.
There it
You're
is.
gonna be
There it is. Your dumbest
incredulous
hobby.
about this. Let's do the dumbest hobby you've had in the past.
Ever. I felt like it was crack cocaine because I used it wasn't literally crack cocaine, but I used to when I wasn't hanging out with you guys at all. There was a period where I got super
Post Jenga.
super emotional after Phil made out with Cammy, and then I left the group for a while. I got way into remote control cars. Okay, and I had a remote control car that was worth probably $1,800 to $2,000.
Which at the time, with like how much money you were making at the time, that was like $100,000 car.
It was a full-on crack addict.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was a full drug addiction. I was dumping money into that thing, and I just had to get my next high.
One of
all
the gas
time.
powered ones.
It was electric, and it was before brushless motors were even out. I don't know how nerdy you want me to get with this hobby, but believe me, it was nerdy. I was changing out arms, and anyway.
Can I confess something?
I want you to confess away.
I have recently, within the past month, been looking at extremely expensive remote control cars.
Okay,
Yeah, but you can't move anywhere. It makes sense right now. Like,
Are you looking at Traxxas? What brand are you looking
Yes.
at?
Uh-oh. Here
Traxxas
it comes.
Emax, my man. That is the coolest thing.
That's the one.
It's great, and they come stock with a brushless motor now. You guys just stay aside. Me and Mike are going to talk for a minute, okay?
yeah, we didn't have to be here for this.
They have a dual brushless motor now
let me know when
that
it's my
is
turn.
insane. And I think they're also, because they're brushless, they're somewhat water resistant. Yeah, answer.
Until this, I was playing a lot of volleyball, but I recently got kicked out of the volleyball facility.
Was that for
So now
full-
I think that's pretty dumb.
Was that for full frontal nudity?
You got kicked out
No.
of the facility?
Is this something you want to tell us about?
Was it not supposed
mean-
to be shirts and skins?
It's
Yeah,
supposed
for
to be foreskin
The,
or
the,
not
the beach?
foreskin.
The
No,
beach?
No,
the
shush,
beach?
shush.
No, I mean,
let the man
it was
speak.
all that I brought a cocktail in, and I got kicked out for 6 months. So now it's like really,
Okay.
Wait, where? Volleyball?
yeah.
So previously you thought it wasn't a dumb hobby,
Oh no,
but now it's
a
the
great
dumbest hobby.
No, it's a great hobby. The place is dumb.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That doesn't count.
Dumb hobby.
A dumb hobby. That's not even what I asked you.
Wait, I walked away. It's adult volleyball,
Yeah,
and you brought
I'm an adult.
you brought some booze, and they kicked you out.
Yeah.
It was kids volleyball, and he brought booze.
It was
Which would make way more sense. It's like you don't have kids and you are here drunk. What is happening?
Don't lie, it was ward volleyball.
Word ball.
You
No,
brought alcohol in the
take
chapel.
I could take booze into the chapel at Ward Volleyball and less implications would happen.
Yeah, they'd be like,
Yeah,
so have you talked to the missionaries recently?
right. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Everyone would be your
Find the
best
Lord
friend.
eventually.
Everyone would be your best friend. They're like, oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna get one.
So what's the dumbest hobby you've ever had? Because apparently you don't think any of the hobbies you have right now are dumb.
I don't have many hobbies right now.
What is
I have
wrong
like
with all
very
of you?
limited hobbies.
Trent, you have no kids. You have no excuse. To
Whatever.
not
You
have
just sent me
hobbies.
a picture of a new rat rod.
That's not a dumb hobby.
That was not a rat rod that he showed you a picture of.
That's
That was a guy's testicles.
that's
It was obscured, so I didn't see
That
it.
one just barely.
no. I mean, I like my cars are one of my favorite hobbies.
Okay.
Oh, dumb hobby is what I
Dumb hobby.
forgot.
Dumb hobby.
Okay.
What's
I
the
mean, that's
dumbest hobby you've ever
super
had?
expensive hobby.
Like stupid dumb? Stupid dumb expensive?
I mean,
It is stupid
It's so it
expensive. I'm just going to
qualifies.
answer that. It is
qualifies.
stupid expensive.
Is it stupid expensive?
Yes.
yeah.
Could you have just bought a Corvette?
How much did your most recent car cost you?
Don't know.
$3,500.
Toyota Sienna.
$3,000.
What did you just say?
$3,500 is my most recent car purchase.
How much is your most expensive car purchase?
$42,000?
Yeah, let's just move on. So
3x that.
no, I mean no, not 3x. No.
2.
No.
5.
It was my dumb truck that I bought.
Trent,
It'll be more than that.
could you have just
11D1.
bought a Corvette?
The new ones?
Absolutely.
No. No.
Don't put caveats on it. They can't voice
Could
the
I have
answer.
bought a Corvette? Yes, but that could be like with a
You
fucking
are
pack of
hedging
gum.
your answers so hard right
no,
now.
Not a new
It's
one.
expensive. This fucking rat rod is not cheap, man.
Listen, me and Kylie want to know how much have you spent on this?
No, that's why, because she's gonna listen and be like, "Well, I know that you have this to be able to spend somewhere else."
Yeah.
Trent, it better be good
So-
and it better burn the crap out of my
Cough
leg.
it up.
Oh, did you bring your leg last time?
Yeah. No, not last time. Like sometime in the past. Don't you remember?
No,
like
I
a massive
I burnt
boil.
so many legs with the old car.
So Trent seems
it'll be north,
unable to.
It'll be north of 50
Okay.
just to do the read. too.
$50?
Yeah.
North of 50.
50-100?
So Trent is unable to answer this question. We'll move on to
I just
Jacob.
don't know if like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Never had a dumb hobby ever in
The
his
dumbest
life.
hobby I've ever had is going to this facility for 3 hours every 7 days that my parents made me do.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the podcast again.
Yeah,
No.
3 hours every 7 days. That sounds like this place.
What's the dumbest hobby you've ever had, Jacob?
So the first thing that comes to mind is more like a stupid habit.
Okay.
I play Call of Duty Mobile on the toilet.
Okay.
Is
So
the app
more than
named-
I should.
Is the app named Call of Duty on the toilet?
Duty.
Call of Duty Mobile on the toilet.
Duty calls.
Call of
Duty
Duty.
calls on the toilet.
That's the first thing that came to mind. I as far as
That's
hobby,
fair.
I really don't have hobbies. My only hobby right now is podcasting once a week. with you
Okay.
guys.
Okay. What about in your whole life? What's the dumbest hobby you've had?
Probably still had something to do with us.
Collecting gum
You're
behind his
typing.
ear.
You're a
a
fucking
great-
monster for that. That's what should have been your biggest thing you
It's
did to
a
us.
great spot to put your gum when you're not chewing on it.
It's not.
Behind your ear?
Behind your ear.
No.
No.
Which ear?
Yeah.
How much is a new piece of gum?
What if I don't care? It still has flavor.
No,
I'm eating dinner.
Yeah, it has ear flavor now. How much is a new piece of gum?
Ears taste just fine.
I think Jake's saying it's not a financial
Ears
move.
take.
No. Shush.
Which makes it worse.
So,
Shush.
so for
It's a
our
convenience.
for our listeners, Jake was like extremely financially conservative. Is that a good way to
no.
to describe him?
you could
Yeah,
say
as a
that.
teenager, like
Just leave
Like-
out the was.
like he would work for $6 an hour at Cold Stone Creamery nonstop, and we'd be like, "Let's go get a burger." He's like, "I can't. I don't have any money," and like wouldn't I guess buy more sticks of gum. He'd use the same one for weeks at a time.
Since then, he's bought the Taj Mahal.
Save it behind his ear.
That's why he was able to buy the
Because
Taj
I was-
Mahal.
That's why he bought
Saved
the
a lot of
cabin.
gum.
Because
Yeah.
I put the gum behind my ear, I
Yep.
can now
Good
afford
financial.
a
know,
big
Dave
house.
Ramsey approves.
I feel like an idiot.
See where you messed up, Trent?
Yeah, I
Should have
didn't.
taken financial advice from
First
high
off-
school Jake.
I should have not eaten gum because that's disgusting.
Yeah, Trent never has liked
Trent,
gum.
yeah, he was.
No,
not,
it's-
he's not a gum
My
person.
number one pet peeve.
Really?
Yes.
Like when people chew it. you
Number
don't like
one,
it?
really?
Number one.
Number one
No,
is
if someone
is
like
when someone's chewing gum around you, or
Yes.
the smell of gum.
D, all of the above.
All
Okay, so
all the
someone
above.
farts in your car, and then right next to that,
They're in my car and they're farting.
and they farted. And
well,
next
no,
to that
now
is
they're
someone
not in my
chewing
car
gum.
anymore. Yeah, they're both out.
Did your
Both of them?
But which one
goes
one's
out
out first?
The gum's out first.
did your dad chew gum?
No.
Any of your siblings?
No.
Was that like a thing? Like
Is this a family?
Don't chew gum.
Is this
The
like a
only-
family vendetta?
Yeah.
No. No, like I just to me it, like why do you need practice eating? Go fucking brush your teeth, you monster. Like what? Why do you need to practice eat?
Practice eat.
That's a good way to describe gum.
It's practice
And then you just throw it somewhere.
Masticating?
What did you?
Masticate? That's chewing, right?
I think so.
Sounds dirty.
I feel
try
like
and
I've
spell it.
masticated before, and I didn't chew anything.
Asticating.
See? Masticating.
To chew food.
Yeah, everyone throws it, and then it ends up on something, and it's
Okay.
disgusting.
I swallow my gum.
Phil's
Me too.
Jake's.
It's all still in my stomach, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
You have years and years
just
of
get mouthwash.
gum just
You can't carry do you carry mouthwash
There's
around in
mouthwash
your
in-
pocket?
It's in his back seat right now.
100%, right there.
I use some.
There's not room in there.
All right, Mike, you got 15 minutes.
Okay, Phil, what's the dumbest hobby you've ever had?
I should have thought about this while you guys were all talking about it.
Playing the drums.
Playing the drums. Probably like right now is Clash of Clans. I've got 2 Clash of Clans
Dumbest hobby.
accounts.
Have you spent money on it?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
Probably,
How much?
Probably a couple $100
Holy
over the years.
shit. Does your wife know?
I hope
She does
not.
now.
She does now.
She's in the bathroom right now. I feel like
She does now.
So they like a year or so ago, they changed it because when you get really far along, it takes like forever to do upgrades and things like
Accurate.
that. So they did this new thing where if you pay $5 a month, it's like way faster when you're further along. So I do that on 2 accounts. So $10 a month. That's pretty
that's
dumb
not
hobby.
crazy. How did you get to a couple $100?
Well, over a
played
couple
for a
of
few
years,
years.
like
It's more than a couple of years. You've been
Clash
doing
of
this for a
Clans. I was
long-
playing Clash of Clans like 8 years ago.
I
Started
started
when
late.
everyone else stopped.
I started probably 3 years ago. What would you say? It was when I was in your office.
Oh,
long
yeah,
ago?
that'd be like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, 3 or 4 years. So I started late, and then Mike got me into it, and then he was
Then I
like
quit.
phasing out, and I was like, Mike, give me your account, please, because I wanted to play.
I need it. I
wanted
need a
to
second
Super
account.
Supercell, we didn't do this. We never agreed
Oh,
to.
yeah.
We didn't actually do it.
Oh, well, I didn't say my username, so haha.
Hey, Mike, hit me up with a with a Clash account.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely Clash of Clans is
Dumbest hobby.
my dumbest hobby because
So-
I've paid money for it, which when I first got into it, I'm like, I just need something to kill a little time in the day, let me zone out.
Little pooping.
And I'm like, I'm
experience.
never gonna be some idiot who pays for this.
You totally made fun of us for playing Clash of
This is
Clans
accurate, actually.
like 5 years ago.
I did. Even Trent, because I like fell into a conversation where Trent was like really excited about wizards.
Yeah, we were
and I
at
was like,
Devin's house.
Trent, what are you talking about? And I
played it for
totally
like
tuned
6
it out.
months.
But then like years later, I had a guy that worked for me for a bit, and he's like, "Oh, I'm like addicted to this game. Like what game? Clash of Clans." I was like, "Oh," and then like 3 months later, I was like, "I need to be addicted to a game. Like,
I need a stupid hobby.
I'll try Clash of Clans."
That's
So-
how it started. I
Yeah.
need to be addicted to a game.
Exactly. That's exactly what I like. I just needed that vegetation a little bit. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
I get that. I get that.
So
So my dumbest
we
one is
probably all do.
also video game related, but it's even dumber.
Uh-oh.
So I have been I've stopped myself in the past like year, but I've been collecting these little figurines from old Nintendo games called amiibos.
yeah.
So I like have a stash of them in my office at work.
Amiibos. What did they do?
So you can like scan them on your Nintendo Switch, and it gives you items in the game. But I mostly have them just as display items.
You scan them?
You can
They have-
like
they have
there's
the
like a
camera
little
on the-
NFC chip in them, and you
You
scan the
display
chip
it in your computer?
on a shelf in my office.
So it's
So
like
I've got like a little Link and Ryu from Street Fighter and Little Mac from Punch Out and stuff.
but you scan it on your
you
controller.
you wipe your face over and over.
I'm
You
sweating.
scan it on your controller, and like stuff comes out of the sky in the game.
Yeah, and
Like-
that's the thing. But I don't use them for that.
So,
I use them to look at occasionally.
Do you work from home? Your office at home, or you
this
work
is
in
my
the
office at work. I probably go into the office these days like 2 or 3 times a week.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I spend days in my house without leaving.
What?
It's ridiculous because I work from home.
I would French kiss a shotgun. Like, I would literally kill myself.
What gauge? Are you talking about a boomstick right now?
Yes, boomstick.
What gauge of shotgun?
Boomsticky?
It's Trent's tongue, so it has like
12
20
gauge
gauge.
for sure.
20 gauge.
So your boomstick's 12 gauge.
Yes.
You'd French kiss it.
Trent made an expression, and Jeff's like, "Wait, a gun?"
Okay, go on, Trent.
Boomstick.
So I walk into the house, and Jeff stands up to give me a hug, and he's got like 6 guns on him.
6 guns?
I give him a hug,
Do you know what a gun looks like?
and they're like cutting my arms because there's so many of them.
He looked like Neo from freaking
I was about to storm the lobby.
It's got a black trench coat on.
How many
Glasses.
Is this just your life now? Is like just like you
fun.
just live dressed up as
Here's the
Neo?
thing.
I felt like a badass riding down here with him. I knew no one was fucking with us.
Here's the thing: you
No one
lose.
was gonna do it. Nothing was gonna happen.
Trent
through the
tried
hood
to
in Provo.
mess up to get someone to mess up with.
Let
him.
me tell you, when we rolled into that food establishment in Provo with the Mormon lady helping us, we knew nothing was going to go down because I was there.
Nothing. You were ready.
I was ready. She was going to rob us, but we were ready.
And she was like, "Oh, a man with a gun."
The lady taking our order?
Yeah,
She
of
was
our
fishy.
soul.
She was fishy. She was being super fishy.
Yeah, she was asking a lot of questions.
Here's the thing,
yeah,
Mike.
She was asking a lot
when
of
you
questions.
when you
What
detach
would you like
your
to eat?
Yes,
sir.
What would you like your drink to be? Would you like fries with it? That bitch was fucking invasive.
she was yeah.
Bad.
Back.
See, here's the thing, Mikey. When you disconnect your balls from the rest of your package, you need to do something to make yourself
To
more
make
of
it
a
make up
man.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely have to get
Okay.
a big truck or a gun.
So now we need to talk about politics, all right?
Whatever you
God,
want,
here we
Mike.
go.
No, this is your day.
Yeah, you tell us.
I kind of want to talk about the Jewish space laser lady.
Oh, is that
Did you guys talk
Oh, the
about that?
green guy, the green girl.
Yeah, we
Green
talked
girl.
about it last
She
time.
talked about her last
She
time.
got
Yeah.
removed from a cabinet seat or something, or a
What was her name? Marjorie Green. something?
Marjorie Green.
Marjorie Green. Like how I spelled that one. Marjorie.
Majori.
Well, I was actually
Marjorie.
kind of somewhere close-ish. Go ahead, Mike.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
So she got removed from her committee positions, or like they at least voted on it in the House. Should she have been? I think that it's a little weird, the stuff that she has done, personally.
A little
the
weird.
ideas she espouses.
What's your opinion on Rand Paul, Phil?
He's the best.
Right.
Ron Paul is Phil's spirit animal.
Yeah.
I have
Chip
the
Gaines
only
is my
time I've
spirit
ever
animal.
contributed money to anything politically was to Rand Paul. While
Trent?
he was filibustering Obama he was filibustering in protest of killing American citizens without a warrant.
So if you send
that.
money to them, can they stand up on the stand longer and recite poetry or read off recipes?
I'm sure it does something.
Interesting.
But now I get calls from the Republican Party.
His speech he did, like supporting Trump's BS recently that Jake probably paid into as well.
Nope, never paid money to any political
So,
cause.
so last week we listened to Trump's.
I listened to it.
Oh, you listened to
Did
the
you?
episode.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Phil thought he was listening to conference.
Yeah,
He was like, "Yeah, preach, brother. Yeah, hell yeah, we will.
I loved it.
Yeah." Didn't sound crazy at all to somebody.
I think Ron Paul's going to be one of the lizards.
And it's not even Ron Paul, it's Rand Paul, you
Is
degenerates.
it Rand or Ran?
Rand with a D.
So
The
That is
dad,
the
his
fucking
dad's
dumbest
name
name
is
ever.
Ron Paul.
past tense of run. Run
Yeah,
did?
Rand.
Randy
is,
without
yeah.
a Y.
Run did.
Super tired. I ran earlier.
Anyway, Mike, I don't know a lot about her other than she believes in space lasers and that they're lighting up the
They're causing the fires.
fires,
tell
something
you-
like that.
tell you-
But I guess she gave like a thing this.
Yeah, no, I disagree.
Beagle's on the podcast.
Hey, welcome, Beagle.
But I guess this
Beagle,
week.
I didn't think your wife let you leave the house.
So
That's not Beagle.
I didn't. I didn't know she was.
Just pointing that out.
Poulter.
I didn't know she was like last week. We were like, "Is she QAnon or whatever?" And I was like, "Well, I guess that's the
Yes.
rumor." But she was.
I'm gonna stop. Hey, I'm gonna stop you
Go
right
ahead.
now. Don't ever say Q anon.
QAnon.
You just said it right.
QAnon.
Q
I did say it
That's
right.
how you were
Anon and
saying
anon.
it.
Yeah.
And like it was
what
hurting
he
my
used to
heart.
say.
But you just said it right, and I'm sorry I cut you off. Keep going.
You should have
Anyway.
heard all the times we had to edit out Q anal.
So it's like because I just read words, I don't hear them. So I like imagine what they sound like.
Estagio.
very
He also
intellectual.
will spell them.
Right. Like Harry
It's
Potter.
Hermione.
Hermione is how I used to say.
Oh my goodness! I'm glad that she
Hermione.
put in how you say the word in the book.
Oh, do
fact
they?
that you know that, stop. Get a hobby. Your most embarrassing hobby is probably that.
Is reading.
Yes. Get a real hobby. Leave the house.
Is reading the extra parts in books.
Extra parts
Yeah,
of books.
the main part's fine.
No. In book 4 of Harry Potter, she's dating Victor
Oh,
Crumb,
goodness.
and she's like telling him how to pronounce her name.
Thank you for tuning into American
Oh,
Fork.
does
That's not
she?
an extra part. That's an actual
Please
part.
stay for Harry Potter extras. What the fuck are you talking about?
I just read books.
Here's one thing I know: Marjorie Taylor Greene is actually the mother of Tom Green, the comedian.
That you made that up.
No, it's true.
Are you serious?
Go Google it.
No.
Yep. Waste your time fact checking my stupid
younger
comments.
than Tom Green. Tom Green's like mid-50s.
Okay, can we talk about the governor of South Dakota, though, who's probably my political crush right now?
The one who's going to run for
Go ahead and
Senate?
Google her.
Oh.
Google her.
What's her name?
I don't know. South
You
Dakota governor.
Don't type Google into Google.
No, he's typing Google into
Google
DuckDuckGo.
South Dakota governor.
Governor. Governor.
Governor.
South Dakota Governor.
I found her. Christy Nome.
She's my favorite.
Under God the people. That's like a weird porno.
Okay.
Whoa.
Can you find
Yeah,
some?
that is weird. You're right.
Now click images and just see this lady. She's the one that came out and was like,
We just saw her.
she's the one that came out and basically said, yeah, we're not going to do any of this mask stuff. Like, we're going to be fine. She's my hero. She's like
doing that
makes
for a
her your
while.
hero.
she's like the new Sarah Palin, which I don't necessarily love.
I kind
I'm
of
just
thought
saying.
this Christy, whoever we were just talking, not Christy. What's the lady you just brought up? I thought she was the new Sarah. Palin.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Marjorie Taylor
Taylor
Greene,
Greene.
Tom Green's mom.
Her and AOC are the new
OCD?
Sarah Palins.
Nope.
You say that like Sarah Palin actually did something.
Well, Sarah Palin shot a gun. OCD doesn't even know how to
No,
look
I'm
at a
saying
gun.
like Sarah Palin was dumb, and these people.
I've
are
still got
also
cuts in
dumb.
my arms from that hug earlier today.
I actually like this lady. She's great. I
Why?
thought about because if you look at what South Dakota's done during this whole COVID thing, they basically stick the middle finger to everyone and just say we're going to
It's
do what we're going to do.
South Dakota.
Yeah,
The 10
It'd be
people
like
that
if
live there.
Antarctica was like, you know what? Fuck it. We're not doing masks either.
but you know what? North Dakota apparently is being a douche, and so is like other small states.
a douche?
A douche.
What does a douche mean?
A douche. That's where you're
Literally
douchey.
wearing a mask is the least that you can do to try
what?
and do anything.
To what?
What is wearing a mask doing to hurt your life?
Nothing.
It,
But
Then-
if anything is mandated.
It
I'm
makes you heroic.
I'm
to not
instantly
wear a
like
mask.
I'm against
It's
it.
not mandated. Stay
Yes,
home.
it is.
Stay home.
Right.
Stay home.
Yep.
We're on a mandate.
You're right, Trent.
We're on a mandate right
or
now.
come to Utah County.
Are we on a
currently.
mandate?
You're absolutely
Currently.
right. You're right, Trent.
What is it doing?
No,
to
I'm
hurt
bowing.
you?
You're right. That's all I got to say. Right? And
You're
shut
100%
up.
right.
Yep,
No,
you're right.
Absolutely not.
Kiss my ass.
What? What is it hurting?
But not too low
It's not
because it
hurting
hurts.
anything.
It's helping. There's a lot more attractive people out there if they cover their ugly
That
face.
I actually agree with that. You look at like the lady at the bank, and it's like just her eye makeup and
Before I-
stuff. And you're like, please leave your mask on because I feel if it
Before I
you pull
leave to
it down-
work, I have a hard time leaving the mirror because I'm like,
Damn, Gina.
I look
good
good.
with
It's
this
just
mask.
my eyes covering up my double chin.
I hate.
And that's being generous.
I hate to deprive the world of this when I go out.
So I wear it. I wear it for the people.
I was actually wearing one today and was like,
Aesthetically.
I actually like this in the winter. Maybe I'll just
It
do
It
all the
actually
time.
feels good.
What?
Yeah.
But what is it hurting? I
Here's
really
the
don't
thing:
understand.
every time I put one on, it smells like bad breath.
Well, that's the thing. You don't have to brush your teeth as much. You can talk to yourself quietly without people looking at you weird.
I
This
got
is coming from-
Invisalign,
And you can
like,
practice beatboxing in the
literally
hall
the
of the
same
grocery
week.
store, the aisle of the grocery store.
This is coming from Jake, who doesn't leave his house for multiple days at
Yeah.
a time.
I've had to
So-
practice communicating with my eyebrows.
Yeah, I've learned to smile with my eyes.
I don't understand.
I
any of
actually
that.
love it because I don't have to like pretend to smile or anything at everyone. I like go to the store. They're like, "How you doing today, sir?" I'm like, "I'm fine. How are you?"
So you're just trying to act more like your dad.
I guess so.
So my dad said he was telling me that we were in Home Depot together, and he said I went to Costco the other day, and I could only find this dirty old kicked around mask in the bottom of my truck, and so I was wearing that. And he's like, I almost passed out because I was just breathing all of this gross gunk inside of this mask.
huffing
He's like, I
thing.
had to lean over on my cart and just like almost just try to fight passing out.
Yeah, I saw this little meme that was like how the CDC thinks that we're masking up, and it has this person with a package, and they're like opening it up, and they're like, brand new mask, all perfect. Okay, sanitary. Put it on your face. Go into Costco, and it's like truth. And
Tighten it around the nose.
It shows a picture of like a floorboard full of Cheerios and spilled milk and a footprint on the face mask. And like, yeah, that one's good enough. Brushing it off and throwing it on your face.
I definitely don't ever wash my, like, sometimes like it'll accidentally end up in my laundry, but that's about
Because it was in your pocket.
Did you say accidentally end up? Who else lives in your house that it's going to purposely end up in your laundry?
I was watching
not deliberately cleaning is what I'm telling you.
Oh,
I was watching a great YouTube video the other day where they were showing all the congressional people come in and like touch their mask and then touch the microphone, and then like the next one would come in and like touch their mask and touch the microphone, but totally negates the purpose of the mask if you touch it.
That's why you wear two.
And
Like
if you wear two, it's better.
2 or 3.
Like
It's even
Ronald
gooder.
Paul.
Like Ronald Paul.
Yep.
Exactly.
All right, so this is the 6th episode we've talked about masks. So
We're freaking loving it, folks.
6 out of
Talk
4.
about masks right now. Like, this is the time to talk about it.
Yeah.
Once
But
you all
I'm
get your
saying,
vaccine and
so-
everything's fine.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, should she be on any committees?
Nope.
No, is what I
Okay,
think.
problem solved.
I think
Back to masks.
I'll tell you.
No.
I'll tell you why. Because I don't think that committees should exist.
Let's take that to committee right now.
Wow.
And
So
Christy
I know,
Nome
Jeff, you
is
just
your
don't
hero.
want government to exist, basically.
Why? What committees is she being removed from that are so vital that their actions take place?
Well, I don't know off the top of my head,
Exactly, because
but
no
it's
one
part
cares.
of
Exactly.
I actually do know. What
Exactly.
I'm not going to say.
So
Okay,
what
why
was
don't you say
her? So
I don't want to.
so
what-
because I don't know what committee she's on means her job is pointless.
Yeah. Why are you being
Yeah.
dumb?
hey, so what was her actual crime? She just believed that all the
Being dumb.
politicians
So here's
were
what's
pedophiles.
so
or
here's
something?
the QAnon stuff, and then
QAnon. Don't try and be
Mike,
funny.
I totally
like Phil.
ruined what you think about that name.
so all that stuff, and then like she's supporting people who are like, oh, they're traitors, those Democrats, we got to kill them, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh, that's right.
I'm gonna
I forgot.
repost that.
She did like retweet something
She's
that
like
said,
liking them
that
or
said
tweeting them or
someone was going to shoot Pelosi or something.
Yeah.
like that.
stuff like that, and then
Oh, she's a racist.
what's the other one?
What?
She
And
said
she's
something about-
racist?
I think she said something about
What?
broomsticks on her last tweet.
Oh yeah,
It says it on her map.
that's why she got
messed up.
Well,
canceled.
let's put this into comparison to, like, if it was your job. Say you tweeted about how your current boss, you really wish that they would die. In fact, I'd be happy if someone shot them. And then you get hired later at that job. Wouldn't that mean something? Wouldn't
kind of
that
a problem?
obviously look bad?
You would hope so.
If you like the
I don't think
comment
anybody
that someone,
disagrees with you though. Is the thing, except
So-
maybe Jeff.
Is that maybe Jeff?
Maybe I don't know.
I would
Pelosi
say that's
should
where
be
I
shot?
draw the line on free speech, like shooting people in the head,
Free
decapitating
speech
them.
is shooting someone
So-
in the head?
No, I'm saying that's where I draw the line. Like that's
So threatening
past.
alone is enough?
Oh, like saying you're going to shoot someone in the head.
Yeah, or like retweeting, like someone should shoot that person in the
Yeah,
head. That's too far.
I think that's a little far.
Yeah.
Especially if you're
did
then
we
go work there.
Do we know what the actual tweet was? What it said?
I did
Yeah,
at
who
one time,
twatted
but I
it?
didn't look it
But
up.
it's pretty much saying because I don't know it.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know what the
Pelosi's a
tweet is.
traitor.
The
She
actual
needs to be
tweet
killed.
verbatim is,
Ooh, thank you,
I'm a
Bolty.
Nazi and I hate everyone.
Oh,
so
that's-
that was it. For
I think she
verbatim.
End
just
quote.
retweeted some of the stuff that Beagle put out. I think is what happened.
I'm gonna doubt that they run in the same circles.
Retweeted.
Beagle can't leave the house. He's not going in. Well, he might go in like living room circles.
I bet he can.
No, he cannot.
Can you type without talking, Phil?
No,
It's a genuine question.
He can't type
It
while
helps him
you're
s-
talking.
it helps
because
him
he'll
spell.
type that
that's when
too.
you're like Google. I'm like Google.
Why does it say? Why do we have Disney Plus up again?
Because he's got something else on his thing.
Let's be honest.
Oh my
Disney
goodness.
Plus is really good.
I love it.
You know what I watched
Agreed.
recently?
What?
Because you asked me to. You
No.
tell me. WandaVision.
Oh, Wanda. Let's talk about WandaVision. Who's watched it?
Me.
Nope.
Me. No. So
Watch
we're-
10 minutes,
What
fell
is it?
asleep.
You can easily fall asleep on that first episode.
that actually is true.
I've watched it, but are there 5 episodes now?
The one just came out today, and I'm not watching it right
Oh,
now
I haven't watched that yet.
because
What
I'm
one?
here.
What is this?
So WandaVision. It is a show about Wanda the Scarlet Witch from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I
What's her
totally thought it was
power?
some Mexican dude named Juan, just like doing math.
One division.
Juan, yeah, just like up there at the whiteboard.
That actually would be helpful.
Like
One?
a new way to do court.
1 divided by 1
That would be helpful to me, though. I'm
is
real
me.
bad at math.
1.
So WandaVision
Stop it.
is a show where they're spoofing different decades of television, and watching the first 2 episodes felt like I was a little kid watching I Dreamed of Jeannie or Bewitched.
What is Marvel.com?
Oh, it's a website.
You know, Marvel, the biggest
You
selling.
have to.
Have you heard
pay
of
for this?
Have you heard of Marvel?
No.
Yeah, you have. Oh, it's on Disney.
All you do is type it into
I
the
just
World
typed in
Wide Web.
WandaVision. It came up on the Marvel website.
Anyway, so
you
it's
you have to pay. You pay for this,
Okay.
Mike?
For the link?
what?
You pay for Marvel.com?
No.
Okay,
No, it's just their website.
Why are we talking about this?
How do
you know who-
It's a stream now, I think.
Trent, do you know who?
I'm not.
It's a stream on Disney Plus.
Trent, do you
So
know?
if I go back to regular TV,
We don't care. Trent, do you know who Vision is in the Marvel universe?
Have I been laid before? Yeah. No, I've seen
no,
pussy.
No. So you don't understand.
That's not what he asked.
Do you know who Vision
No,
is?
it's exactly what he asked.
So no, you don't.
Stone
You're
forehead.
sitting out on this conversation.
this is Disney
No,
Plus.
Jeff-
Forehead.
Jeff's,
I'm trying to bring other listeners in that actually
Jeff's
give
pulling.
it shit.
Jeff's pulling out the gun control argument.
He's trying to bring in other bachelors to listen to the show
That also don't have dumb
that have
hobbies.
lives
Which-
and play sports.
40 plus.
That get kicked out of
kicked out of volleyball,
right?
sporting arenas.
That's how you know you're playing them. If you haven't been kicked out of somewhere in like the last 2 weeks,
I haven't. Oh, well, maybe not.
Your house doesn't count. Does
Anyways,
your house count?
What is Wanda's power? I don't actually fully
It's
understand.
it's magic.
Oh my god, really? That's what I thought the Incredible Hulk was.
No, that's
what-
radiation.
So wasn't her thing that she like got borned by one of the Infinity Stones or something like that?
I'm starting to feel like this was a mistake to bring up.
So far, it has been.
Yep.
100%.
I wanted to say what I wanted to say was it made me feel like a little kid, and it was delightful. I thought.
Okay,
Then
next
maybe I
subject.
should watch it.
So I liked it, and then the third or 4th episode? It like that was over. They're not doing shows anymore. It's like-
They did like a recap of what's happening on Outside, so you know kind of what's
It
going
is
on.
yeah,
so cool.
I didn't like that.
I actually loved it.
So it doesn't end like.
I
it
I
should?
wanted that. I wanted that recap to happen like at the end of the
So,
season. or
well, I
something.
think that they're going back to that. They're doing like the 80s now tonight.
so. It'll
as we
go back
speak.
and forth.
So well, I assume so.
Yeah.
I hope they do.
I guess we'll find out.
Home Improvement spoof.
The Home Improvement spoof. That'd be. Oh, there we go.
Vision. See Trent, how he's looking at me, but he's not laughing.
But he knows what we're talking about.
I do.
I
You
agree.
watched Home Improvement.
Everyone
Come
did.
on.
I did when I was 12. I also don't give a fuck that Screech died this week.
Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Whoa.
What are you guys, pen pals? What is your?
Did he
Hang up.
really?
A human being died.
And I hope there's a million behind him. We have so many people.
How many human beings were named Screech, though?
So when Trent talks about how there's too many people, who here has seen Saturday's Warrior, the old one?
Nope.
The old Saturday's Warrior.
Saw it on my mission
Where
for the
they're-
first time.
We had it on tape growing up.
There's a song in that movie that, like the bad rebellious teenagers that the protagonist teenager hangs out with, sing a song about zero population. The zero population is the answer, my friends. And it always reminds me of that when Trent talks about how much he. Yeah. Yes. See, you know.
We,
Without it, the rest of us are doomed. That's Trent right now.
we have entirely too many people. And you mother should have got your nuts cut a while ago.
This is how we ended the last
now I'm scared
episode.
too.
I'm so glad that I
Too many
didn't,
people.
because I have the best son and he's awesome.
I'm second guessing our relationship, all of us. I don't know if I should be friends with any of you except Trent because I need to ride home.
For now.
In this
I
podcast.
want to re-answer the worst thing I've ever done to you guys. Just keep being friends with me.
Bye bye, high
Yeah,
school
the fact that I'm
friends.
still showing up. You just said that. Devin just said that last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye bye, high school friends. He just like took his ball and went home, cried about it.
That was from you, though. You know, right?
Yeah, I really don't care though.
Oh.
Is the difference.
That's so
If that's what makes him leave, shit was gonna get ugly.
So I think that it's that we end with that.
Okay, Mike.
Bye bye high school friends.
Bye bye high
Watch
school friends.
WandaVision and Cobra Kai.
without Jake reaching into a bag of candy.
This
like
is American
Jeff.
Forked, where Jeff buys guns, and we love him anyways
The end.
What?
Love him more.
with his COVID cash.
I buy guns. Come on.
Who got paid out?
Mike, you've got a gun.
I know.
You got
Stimulus
you got a
money?
gun
I'm building my basement with
that your
the
dad
Don-
gave
with
you or you
Donald
bought?
money.
Yeah,
Did you purchase a gun?
yeah.
You purchased a gun
I have exchanged money
for goods and services.
for goods and services
Where did you go?
in the form of a firearm.
Where'd you go?
Gunnies.
What gal? Oh, that's the best.
All right.
What were the services you purchased?
Bolter, you've got the last word.
Yes. I have the last word
Yep.
From your car in the parking lot at work.
from my car in a parking lot. So I have the last word. I've listened to
Our
12
parking
minutes
lot
of this
correspondent.
conversation, and all of it was just Trent bitching about how dumb we are. So
I had to sit through the first 40 minutes about how much I'm an asshole. Fuck you guys.
Trent, I wish that I had hit you in the face with a fishing pole.
That's good. That's a good end.
I'm the only one that doesn't have to wish that.
You hit me in the shoulder blade.
Good point.
Mike was doing some laundry in an attempt to stay home and never play with you and me. As he tried to make excuses, he missed out on climbing trees while he stayed home and played